early again, and I am painting again. And right now, I'm just kind of organizing some starships and, you know, neatening up some stuff. But, you know, I'm getting ready to. Let me see here. I mean, FYI, guys, I'm just painting Star Frontier ships, but I also have a bunch of these 3D printed ships that I bought off of Etsy for like I don't know $3 a piece or something. They were pretty cheap, and since they had the same kind of basic overall look as Star Frontiers, I was like, yeah, we can do this. This is definitely something we can do. So, yeah, that's so right now I'm just doing some little detail work on a UP, well, actually a Star Frontiers merchant ship. It's not the only kind of merchant ship, of course, in the Frontier, but it's definitely one that you would see because, and I think it's Dramune Run and all that. This is the ship. And they come in two different sizes. You've got like the smaller one and then a much bigger one. Oh, let me turn chat on. Being a goofball over here. Dang, you're up early. Dang, you're up late. I don't know. Actually, I don't know, Shadow, if you're up early or late because you're up early, right? Aren't you like hours before us or are you hours behind us? Yeah, I am currently going through a revolution, a player revolt, if you will, with my players. They are, well, I wouldn't call them revolting, but some of them could use a bath. No, that's a joke. Um, but yes, join in a bit. Yeah, whenever. I mean, I'll throw that out. Of course, I love it when you visit. Um, so for all of you guys out there who are interested, let's say, in what goes on with my role playing game, you probably know I have been running Doom. And I've been loving running Doom. I mean, I've been having the best time ever. I mean, not really unexpected. I am a 2-20 fan. Most of the things people complain about 2-20, I really don't understand why they're even complaining. I like 2-20, right? Almost 8 a.m. in the Callies. That's right. So you got to get those kids to school and stuff. But I have been absolutely loving it. And a big part of that is because I am a Dune fan. I really like Dune. I'm a huge fan of Dune. Every part about Dune, you name it, I am a Dune fan, right? My players, however, it turns out that quite a few of them don't know anything about Dune. And therefore, they're not enjoying themselves very much because they don't know anything about the setting. They've never seen a movie or read a book. They have no idea who the Harkonnen is and why they might want to be wary around them. Nothing. They know nothing about it. And this is causing, you know, some kind of issue with my players, right? Let's say issue. Now I'm going to have to, you know, put the foot down a little bit, I think. Not that I want to, but I'm going to have to. But basically, they're they're like, look, you know, the whole idea about Traveler, this or not Traveler, sorry, Dune, and this and that, and they're just, you know, not into it and wishing we could do something else. There's Leth. Hey, Leth, how are you doing, Mister Leth? So,
Hey, Bob, the main man.
yeah, right. What you bastards
Oh man.
doing? But anyway, so my players are like just not having fun. Like half of them.
Well, having fun.
The other half are having a blast. Half of
Oh,
them are like, I've never read the books. I've never seen the movies. I have no idea what's going on here. So I'm like, look, if you think I'm going to run D&D, you're wrong. It's not going to happen. I'm not going back to D&D. I might run Baptism of Fire, whatever. Uh, Traveler, whatever. Here are your choices, right? So it looks like sometime in the near future, probably not this weekend, because I think we're going to a wedding either this weekend or next, whatever. But we will be playing a superhero game.
oh, nice.
Now, where I'm going to have to put my foot down, I think, is one of my players, and she's a great player. I really do enjoy having her at the table. She literally is like saying she wants to play Deadpool. And I'm like, Deadpool? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, do you mean like Lady Pool? And she's like, no, I want to play Deadpool. And I am like not really knowing how to deal with that because I've never really had males and females playing characters that were not male and female. So to me, and this could just be me being whatever, old fashioned, fuddy duddy, whatever. This is like some weird shit. I'm all like,
It can be. It can be really weird from what
you
I've
know, I'm
heard.
like, but you are a woman. And there are options. One is she could just copy Deadpool's stats down and create her own backstory. And then that way she's technically playing Deadpool, but not. She could play Lady Pool, who is just Deadpool, but, you know, a woman. Uh, I even offered to let her play Dog Pool. She said no. Deadpool. That's
Nobody wants to play dog pool. Come on. That's like playing crypto or bat dog.
well, I did offer her Nice Pool.
Uh,
You,
okay.
you don't know who that is?
No, I'm not. I don't know too much about Marvel like that. It sounds like something that would be in the comics
It was
more
in the
than the.
movie.
Oh, I probably haven't seen that movie then.
Yeah, the movie where Deadpool has to find Logan and then go on a mission to save like the world or whatever. When he goes to this alternate dimension, there's like 50 kinds of Deadpools.
Ah,
And one of them is Nice Pool. And Nice Pool is not all cancer ridden and whatever. And he's got his hair grown out really long and he's super nice. And I mean, he's still got like, you know, the ability to use guns and stuff, but he's just like super nice and not insane. But then, they get attacked by the Deadpools for some reason, and there's like a lady pool and a baby pool and like any kind of Deadpool you can imagine is there. There's like one wearing a sombrero and like a Wild West Deadpool and like you name it, right? And what saves the Deadpool from uh, our reality is you remember the second Deadpool when he put together the superhero group?
Peter Pan was almost played by a female.
Who was?
Peter Pan.
Yeah, that don't make me
Nope.
feel good.
No.
But do you remember? Did you see the second Deadpool movie where like he created
Nope.
X Force or
I
whatever?
stopped. Look, I stopped watching Marvel movies after the Winter
Okay,
Soldier. That was like the last thing I've seen of
okay.
Marvel.
So since that's the last thing you've seen, fair. There was this absolutely normal guy who had no superpowers whatsoever, and I think his name was Doug, and he joined X Force. And his superpowers basically he was bored and he always wanted to try to do something. So Deadpool let him, right? Well, Doug saves Deadpool in the movie because it turns out that in every dimension that there's a Deadpool, there's a Doug. And all the Deadpools absolutely love the Dougs. So
Oh,
while the Deadpools are all trying to kill Deadpool, Doug shows up on a bicycle and he's like, "Hey guys!" And all the Deadpools immediately stop trying to kill Deadpool and run over to hang out with Doug. It's so fucking weird. Excuse the language. It's just like,
well, usually comics are really, really weird. I mean, there's so many weird things that you can find in
well, this
comics.
is the movie.
Yeah, they'll put some of the weird stuff, not the most weird stuff, but some of the weird stuff in
Like
there.
basically, the whole movie is how much
Highly, highly doubt we'll ever get like a Matter Eater Lad movie or a Arms Fall Off Boy movie.
pretty much most of the movie is how much um, Logan hates Deadpool, and Deadpool loves Logan.
Yeah, that's about
They
right.
literally spend half of the movie just fighting. I mean, straight up brawling, right? Balls out the
Yep.
whole 9 yard. Except,
Remember,
they both have the healing factor, so
yeah, so it just goes on. It
they
just never
fight until they
ends.
get tired, and then they call it a break, and
Yep.
then they go do some shit, and then they come back and fight some more. And it's just like, okay. And that's pretty
Well,
much the whole
James,
movie, honestly.
guess who I got to talk to recently?
Your real dad?
No, Hungar. I get to talk to him all the time.
That
Not like I
was
want to
mean.
either.
I'm sorry.
I know. No, I got to talk to Hungar.
Well, why wouldn't you? I mean,
He was on Discord playing Doom for a
oh,
little bit.
when?
A couple of like a day or two
Oh,
ago.
cool.
He's talking about how shitty the internet is up here.
Yeah, his internet is sketchy as hell, right?
I know. I feel like because I got similar, although he's got Comcast, which I think is worse than Windstream.
Yeah, he's let me borrow an ornithopter since
Yeah.
most of my
Oh
ornies
boy.
got
But
ate by Grumbler the worm.
I got to tell him about my D&D game.
Okay, did
Eh,
you tell me about
eh, did-
your D&D game?
I'm
Well,
going to because three players died.
I mean, it's old school D&D, and it's Bubba running it.
Yeah. Yeah. We were going through and we were doing pretty well at first in this dungeon. we got through. One person fell down a trap that because we went through the reverse way that we were supposed to. Fell down and got beat up by statues. Didn't die. Almost got knocked out by them
Right.
though. We got it down there. Helped them out. Took out the statues. Then once we all got back up, we went through a side door. Went down into this other. Opened this other door. There was a statue on a pedestal, obviously a trap. So I checked for traps. Rolled a 98.
Ah, that's not good.
Yeah, so I went and picked up the statue. Door closes. I'm stuck in there by myself, and oh, look at that! Save versus poison or die. I did not save my
What was it
spec.
like? Poison gas?
Yeah, some kind of poison gas. You could smell it, but it's not. It's like colorless. So you didn't see the poison. It just like you could smell
What
it.
you cannot smell is iodine powder. And
Anyway, they opened the door. The one that opened the door was the half orc fighter who then died there. The the healer succeeded on his roll to not die. Then tried to pick up the half orc, died then, and the rest were like, "Yeah, let's just leave for a bit and then come back."
that's actually really realistic because usually when people die in real life from going into like sewers and shit, it's never one person. It's always two or three
That's
statistically.
fair. So I made I brought in and I'm bringing in an elf fighter this next time, which will be next week, not this week because Labor
Right.
Day. Um, I made my not Link.
You're angry, Link.
No, I didn't make it angry Link. I just took Link from Ocarina of Time in the blue tunic, the
Uh,
Zora tunic, and that's my picture I used.
do, 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 do.
I think we're gonna have a barbarian. I was thinking about playing a barbarian, even rolled stats, and luckily for me, I was like, you roll it, you play it. He was like, I'll let you go back to the fighter
Yeah.
because I rolled. I was like, I hope I get enough for a paladin. If not, I'm most likely at least get enough for a barbarian. Rolled. I rolled 114, and the rest was below 12. I'm like, well,
Well then,
that's. I guess I can't even roll a barbarian.
like, what do you know?
Yeah, the dice hated me that day. Dice really hated me.
There's
But yeah,
Mississippi in there, and for some reason my mind went immediately to Mississippi Queen.
Mississippi Queen. Yeah,
Mississippi
that song is a classic.
Queen. You know what I mean. But anyway, so you're going to play an elf fighter.
Yep.
Um, okay. I mean, all right.
I also thought about bringing in the boulder, but I was like, yeah, he would just die real fast, so probably not the best idea to get another character just to die
Yeah, just
instantly.
send in another character to die.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it because
Aren't you
I
guys
like
going through
having
like the
fun. Like,
Burrow Maze or something like that?
now, Burrow Maze is his Thursday. We're in Highfell.
Okay.
We're going on a. We could fly up to this island, floating island, and go to all these
Right.
towers with all these dungeons on it.
Interesting.
Yep.
Ooh.
At least we didn't leave anybody this time in this dungeon. Although the last time it was just NPCs that died, but still sucks that we lost a few magic items on those people.
Yeah.
And now we're now we're having to deal with like all the NPCs that's leaving too because of their
They're like, look, we
people that
don't want to
hired
hang
them.
out with you guys anymore.
All the people that hired them died.
They're like, you guys are not good for health. It's like,
Look, it's just the one time, and now I get to play a character who I won't play as a klepto crazy person, and I'll just pick up anything. I knew it was going to be trapped in out of character, but I kind of wanted to play the
yeah,
character.
that's you know,
And you know, if I rolled like just a little bit over the amount to not detect a trap, I'd still be wary and probably not pick it up. But I rolled so bad, I'm like, well, he thinks that there's nothing there. So you know that happened.
well, that's pretty funny. Not really, but kinda, yeah. Anyway,
So, does any of your other characters have any ideas of what they want to play as their superhero
Hungar is
or
thinking about just playing Nightcrawler,
Nightcrawler?
who has always been one of his favorite heroes.
Fair, I like Nightcrawler too. I wouldn't say favorite, but he's cool.
And then one of the other guys was talking about playing like Logan. And so we could have a whole X-Men thing going on here, you know.
Yeah, you sounds like a whole X-Men type of thing, even with Deadpool.
Yeah. And my wife, she is looking through the book, but I also told her that, you know, she can pick any character and just rewrite the name and everything and
Backstory.
just have that character's powers but be a different character, you know.
Yeah.
That's one of the cool things about the game really is you don't have to be um, whatever, you know.
Again, I'd probably just try to build out Cyborg if I was going to be playing in something like that.
Yeah. Well, they were asking me what character I would make, and I told them I'd already made the comedian. And then told them I was going to probably make a character for Brock from the Venger Brothers. And
Brock Sampson. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Brock
Fair.
Sampson. And you know, and they're like, but he's not super powered. And I was like, maybe not, but he is a killing machine. And that has to count for something. The same with the comedian. I mean, he might be a little bit stronger than, well, okay, he's a lot stronger than your average human. But what set him apart is, and I made him that way, is his mastery of um, ranged melee and unarmed combat, and the fact that I gave him human max strength and then mighty one to show that, you know, he was just a little bit stronger than your average, than a human, you know,
Yeah.
which makes sense because if you've ever watched the movie Watchmen, the whole scene where he's fighting Ozymandias and he like punches through a marble countertop and then he punches right through a wall. You know, it's like, yeah, that guy is definitely, while not super powered, he's definitely super strong. You know,
Here's one thing: could you make Beast
of
Boy in
course you
this
could.
Marvel game?
Shape change is an ability that basically anyone could
Okay.
take. So,
Fair.
I mean, you just have to spend the points on whatever you think his attributes should be, and then you would spend your superpowers on, you know, shape changes. The shape change. There's trees. See, the thing is there's a number of different like superpowers in the game, right? And they're kind of
Yeah.
divided between basic superpowers and then superpower trees, if that makes a little bit of sense, right? And a superpower tree is a lot more like focused, and whereas basic powers anyone can have. So the difference or like an example of a difference would be like super strength, right? As a basic power, you can give any character the mighty ability. And that just shows that they're very strong, right? But then as a
Yeah.
specific power, you can give them, you can go down the super strength tree and give them like clobber and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like a character like Juggernaut, right? He's, he's like Mighty Five, and his only powers are all strength. He's just got the whole strength tree. You know, unstoppable, immovable, whatever, right? So in the game, if you were playing Juggernaut and you wanted to do a thing, right? You would roll three dice six. Two of the dice six have to be the same color. One of the dice six has to be a different color. That's called your Marvel die, right? And basically, you add them all up together versus a target number, and if you succeed, then you did the thing you're trying to do, you know, as described by your superpower. Um, Now, since Juggernaut's like melee damage is 8, what that means is if the Juggernaut uses his melee attack to like charge you down or something like that, whatever you roll on the off colored die, which is called the Marvel die, you multiply that by 8, and that's how much damage he does, right? Now, bear in mind that characters like Storm and stuff like that, they've got like 60 health. So the Juggernaut, if he attacks and rolls well, like if he gets a 6 on that Marvel roll, 6 times 8, dude, right? What is that, like 48 damage?
Mm, that's a lot of damage.
Well, it's 12 times 4, so yeah, it's 48 damage, right? Um, but there's a thing, right? He can crit hit, and if he crit
Hmm.
hits, he does double damage. So that means basically, if Mr. Juggernaut here runs up at a weaker superhero and crit hits him, that dude is dead. Or
Yeah.
or you can burn karma points to not be dead, but to be like knocked out, unconscious. You know, hopefully the rest of the team can save you or something. Or if you're Deadpool, he just rips you into two pieces and throws both pieces aside and wanders on. Um, you know, because that happened in a movie, so why not, right? Uh, so that's kind of the thing, right? Now, a character like Blade, he has 240 health. So he probably is not going to be such an easy fight for Juggernaut. And then if they were fighting, Blade, the Daywalker, would obviously use his agility powers to attack Juggernaut because Juggernaut's agility sucks. And that's how you get target numbers. If you want to hit somebody, it's their attribute plus 10 is the target number. So a human has a basic attribute of 0. So if you wanted to run up and just deck an average human, you need a 10, right? So you roll 3 dice 6, you need a 10, and you get to add your bonus in whatever way you're trying to attack. So, yeah, if you're running up and you're trying to just do a straight up, melee attack, and you're really good at melee because you're, the comedian, uh, you might get like +6 to your damn attack. You know what I'm saying? And then if you
Yep.
hit the human, whose health is going to be like 30, and the comedian's damage was like ×5 or 6. So, I mean, whatever that middle die comes up, ×6, right? So, yeah, he could literally just run up and knock a dude slap out. And that's how it should be, you know? Yeah, I see your dude. He's a good dude. You could make that guy. The difference is all of his superpowers would be you would put a mark next to them, like an asterisk, to show that they're all derived from your cybernetics.
Yep.
And that's important because you could run up against somebody who could shut off your cybernetics. So like I don't know if you know who it is because you said you don't watch the things, but Peter Quinn, right? The Star Lord.
Yeah, I don't know much about Star Lord. I've heard of
Guardians
Star
of the
Lord, but
Galaxy.
yeah.
It was Chris Pratt's character in Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
He has a ton of really cool abilities, but they're all linked to his gun or his helmet. So, like, also he's got the flying ability, but it's linked to his boots. So, yeah, he's got some actual superpowers that are just his powers, but
But
most of
most of
his
it
powers are linked to
tech.
tech. He's a tech guy, right?
Yep.
And they have full creation rules, so you can just make whatever character you want, really. And one of the kind of characters you could make would be like a Batman/Night Owl kind of guy who just relies on technology for everything. And now that you've posted the picture of the guy, well, obviously, Cyborg,
Yeah.
So, Cable, Bishop, you know what I mean? Those kind of guys. Because, I mean, like, Cable's really, it's just all of the damn guns he's got and other gadgets and gadgets that he can whip out at the drop of a hat to do whatever he needs to do, right? That's kind of Cable's thing. Time travel and, doing things, right? And right. So like Deadpool's superpower is like he's got healing factor and he's really good at fighting and he's especially good with a katana. So he gets a signature weapon katana, which gives him a bonus anytime he's using katanas. But he's got negatives too, like he's absolutely insane. That's actually a thing that it says about him. Insane. Yeah, now it would be way too powerful for the game we're playing, but like One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. How about Ben 10?
Ben 10 would just be Beast Man, but or Beast
Beast
Boy,
Boy, but
except
a
a little
tech
different.
based. He'd be a tech based Beast Boy, basically.
Yeah, he'd just be Beast Boy, but instead of being a mutant, he's
got a technological watch that
got a technological watch that lets him
transform into aliens.
transform into aliens, and each of the aliens has some special ability. So yeah, that's not even like a hard thing. You know what
I
I mean?
do wonder certain things because there are certain aliens. Would Ben be able to transform into those aliens if he scanned them? Would that be a possibility in the game, or would he start out with that, or what?
Well, you'd probably during character creation give him a couple of forms he can do, and then maybe as he advanced through the game, he could learn more abilities.
Fair.
As a DM, I would be careful with Ben 10 though, because I mean, Galacticus is an alien. So it's
Galactus.
like the last thing you want is Ben 10 popping up, scanning Galacticus or Thanos or some shit,
Galactus.
or Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
And now he's like, roaming about just blowing shit up because he can do it. Because
Technically, wouldn't be the most powerful alien form he's ever had.
I don't know, Galacticus eats planets.
Yeah, but Alien X.
I mean, that's pretty powerful too. And then
Alien X.
Thanos is a freaking eternal that got
Alien.
abandoned on whatever moon it was because his mom hated him.
Alien X can survive the universe being destroyed and recreate it. So.
Well, Galactus did. So Galactus, how he become Galactus is he was originally just a guy, right?
Oh.
But he was a guy before the entire universe got destroyed, and the entire universe collapsed in on itself, and become a singularity. He lived, and then when the universe restarted, he was there. You know what I mean? And he become Galactus, right? I mean, so yeah, it's like that
So
guy.
similar strength in to his Alien X form.
But of course, Galactus can be ran off and shit like that. Yeah, Silver Surfer's not one I would allow in the game because he is a cosmic level character. They divide out the game between street level, which is like 1 and 2, possibly 3. And then you've got your standard, superhero, which is like 4s and maybe some 5s. And then you've got cosmic level beings, and that's 6s. So, like Doc Strange, when he's the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth, he is a tier 6 superhero. He is a cosmic being, basically, his abilities. And then, of course, the people we're talking about, Thanos and all that, those are all like tier 6 people. Peter Quill's a tier 5. My voice cracked. I must be getting ready to go into puberty. But anyway, yeah, Peter Quill, goofy ass Chris Pratt Star-Lord, is a tier 5 character. I mean, when you look at his stats, you're like, really? Like Peter Quill is so much more powerful than Blade or Deadpool or even Wolverine? That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, but he is. And Drax, the tattooed guy that hangs out with Star-Lord, before his reincarnation, he beat the shit out of Thanos in a straight up fight. Just whipped his ass. But then he got killed, and when they reincarnated him, he wasn't as powerful as he had originally been.
Ooh, how about Kevin, though? Because Kevin has that absorbing ability.
Well, I accidentally ordered the Star Wars book, or Star Wars Spider-Man book. So I have like 20 versions of Spider-Man, which is kind of crazy,
Yeah, it happens because, Spider-Man was a popular character.
Yeah, you've got Ghost Spider, which is like Gwen Stacy or something, and then you've got Parker, Miles Morales, some other guy. Peter Parker's the most powerful of all the Spider-Men.
Yeah, one thing is, I think Miles Morales would have been better if they just not made him a Spider-Man and made him his own hero.
I don't. Well, they've got a female Spider-Man in the book. I told you about this, I think.
Yeah, don't care for that either. I think they would have been better characters if you could have them related to Spider-Man, but make them their own characters. Give them a different name.
Yeah, this chick supposedly got bit by the same spider that bit Peter Parker on the same day. Because they were both at the same museum or whatever.
Okay, then.
So it's like, but neither one of them knew.
It's kind of why I like the 90s Spider-Man, what they did with Gwen Stacy over the comics of making her another spider character.
Yeah, in the book, he can fly through space unaided, but it's a tech power related to his helmet and his boots. Because he's weird because he has legit like superpowers because his father was a very powerful alien, but half of his powers are tech related because of equipment he's carrying and shit. So he's interesting. I'll tell you that. Very interesting. And of course, I don't think anybody will play her, but we got to have the Scarlet Witch working on her.
She could be
If
a
I remember
villain.
correctly, she's got like red hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Quicksilver's sister.
Yeah, Quicksilver's sister. She's half the time a hero, half the time a villain. Depends on certain things.
Yeah. The best part of the new X-Men movies was Quicksilver. Like when he like would go into hyperspeed and save everybody from the explosion or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was the best, the most entertaining part of the whole damn thing was, just Quicksilver moving bullets around and shit like that. That's what. Well, the one I got in the book is the comic book version, Peter Quill, not the MCU version, Peter Quill. So he has healing factor. He regenerates. And he has like all these like actual physical alien abilities because of his parentage. But then he's also got the blaster, and the blaster can fire energy bolts of any kind of energy he wants. So it can be cold, electricity, fire, whatever. And then he's got the helmet, which gives him like 9 powers. And he's just like, yeah, when I saw Star-Lord, I was like, Peter Quill, okay. And I started reading the attributes. And I was like, oh man, this is not the Peter Quill that was in Guardians of the Galaxy, because this guy would have whipped Ronan the Accuser's ass. It would have been like really quick. It'd been like, hey, Ronan, piss off, bro. We're not having any of that. So anyway, so the wife is looking through the book. We'll see who she picks.
Living ship.
There's no what? Rogue is in the X-Men stuff. I have that in PDF on my computer. Okay, we might just have an X-Men game.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going for X-Men.
Well, I mean, Storm can control the weather. That's pretty badass. Shoot lightning at people. Yeah. Rogue is just strong and can fly.
Oh, that's weird. I know.
And life leech people.
Rogue, actually. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Okay, never mind.
Invisible Woman is married to like Reed Richards or some shit from Fantastic Four. You could make the Enchantress, but then call her something else.
No, the Enchantress is level 6.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Zentara probably then.
You put some rules around it.
Well, yeah, no cosmic power. No cosmically powered beings that can...
Be up to 4, right? Or 5.
I said up to 4, but if you made a good argument for 5, I might listen because you're my wife. It depends on how hard you're willing to work for it. I mean, you really gonna have to sweat.
I take care of you every day of your life.
Where are you going?
To Walmart. Remember I told you that we needed toilet paper and paper towels?
I just saw a little white flash just go by.
It's because I stood here too long. Bear, come on.
He's like, nope.
You gotta stay.
He's like, I'm not doing it.
You gotta stay, Bear.
He's like, nope, I don't actually. See, my dog's like standing out in front yard because he knows my wife is leaving. And he's like, no, I don't actually have to go in the house. That's the thing. You think I do, but I really don't.
There, come on. Good boy, yes.
Oh, he is pissed.
I know he's pissed.
This is going to be fun.
Good boy, yes.
Yeah. It's going to be fun for me because he's going to be whining the whole time she's gone. Crafting Gamer, what is up? So, anyway, I don't know. I told her last night we could make Raven
Raven
from
wouldn't be bad.
Teen Titans, right?
Yep.
I mean, it'd be pretty easy because it's just basically, take a person, give them their abilities, because magic in this is actually a skill tree too. So, and you can take demonic magic, obviously. So if you were trying to make Raven, but in the Marvel superhero game, it would be just that easy. You would just take, the demonic magic tree and just go down it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then after she has all of those abilities, then boom, it's Raven, I mean, that's the thing. Like you said, when you said Beast Boy, it's like Beast Boy would be so easy because you're just picking a guy and then being like, okay, so this guy can turn into an elephant or a gorilla or whatever.
Any animal.
And with Cyborg, let's say you pick Cyborg, and even if he had, well, first off, he could have above human attributes since he's machine, right? But then you could give him like a tech-based blaster weapon in one arm that, fires energy bolts or some shit. And then you could go down the strength tree and give him a bunch of strength stuff. And you could
Actually, energy, I think his weapon's more of a sonic wave.
Is it? Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, and then you could go down another tree and give him like sturdy powers so that he's really hard to, permanently hurt.
Yeah.
And you could argue maybe he's got nanites that are inside his systems that auto repair shit,
Limitedly, but yes.
Actually.
That might be a comic thing and limited variety, but I'm not sure.
No.
In the cartoon, he did not have that.
Yeah, in the cartoon, he's always just working on himself.
Yep. That's why you find him in the future, like in terrible disrepair.
Yeah. Because he stopped working on himself.
As much, to the point where he only worked on himself to the point to keep himself alive.
You know who the best Teen Titan is, man?
Robin.
Speedy.
Speedy.
Speedy's basically just Robin, but blonde.
And he uses arrows.
I remember the one time where Robin was so happy he was going out on look at this guy. He's going to go out on a date.
What a nerd.
What's her name? And Speedy tuck over the date.
That's what I'm talking.
See, I had no idea Star-Lord was such a badass.
He's one of my top 4 or 5 favorite characters. These old 1970s stories were just so much fun. Him out there with his talking ship, his living ship, just, getting into solo adventures. It just very little that was better back then when it came to like sci-fi fantasy. Even before Star Wars, it was just the whole Marvel Preview magazine was awesome. I've even got one where it's all about Merlin. So Marvel, did some crazy shit back in the day.
I had never even heard of Star-Lord before Guardians of the Galaxy movie came.
Really? Yeah.
Well, I mean, you obviously read a lot of comics. I did not.
Yeah, I read. I was reading comic books in kindergarten. You know, I learned to read at a very early age, and from that moment on, it was off to the races.
Yep. So yeah, it just wasn't my thing, but whatever. Um,
So hey, I had an idea because I've been listening since you started streaming for your Dune game, and you're having a hard time getting people into it. Have you thought about on your next game night, just saying, hey guys, guess what? For the next 2 or 3 or however many hours it is, just watch the original movie. Give them a baseline.
I've told them to watch the movie, but I can't make people do anything.
Well, yeah, you can't make them, but you can say, hey, guess what? I'm not ready, for the game. So why don't you guys kick back and feast your eyes on this?
Right. But yeah, I'm a little bit like blah about it, but my
I mean,
wife called her girlfriend who was having an issue, and then they called the other girlfriend. And basically, the long and the short of it is we're going to end up playing superheroes.
that sucks for you, man. I know how much they're missing out. They don't understand that when a GM is enthused about a game, you can't get a better GM mode, and they're
Yeah, the
gonna miss out.
problem is that they just don't love Dune as much as I do. They don't
Well,
understand it. Like my
because they
wife
have
does,
no,
because she's been forced to watch it a million times with me. But
they've got no frame of reference.
yeah, and plus they just don't like it. But
Well,
you remember me telling you about difficulties with getting players into sci-fi games.
sure.
I mean,
It's
so
for what should be the easier sell than traditional fantasy. Most people have a better frame of reference for sci-fi or modern, but yet fantasy is the 800-pound gorilla that everybody can't escape from, and it makes no damn sense.
it
Most people,
actually, and I'm not the genius who come up with this, Isaac Asimov is. It actually makes perfect sense. The thing is that players never question how a magic missile works, but they will question. Is that from Planet of the Apes?
you betcha, Dice Tower.
They will question how jump drive works. So the players will immerse themselves in a world of unicorns and wizards because they never ever doubt how anything works. But the second you start bringing actual, things
Physics.
into it that could exist, all of a sudden they're right out. They're like, how does that work? How does that work? How does that work? It's like, oh my God. See, and that's what made Dune so awesome, is because even though it's a sci-fi game, none of the people in the sci-fi world really knew how anything worked.
Yeah, kind of like 40K as well.
Right. So if they asked me, well, what about star travel? And I said, it's really easy. You take off in your shuttle, you dock inside of a Highliner, you wait until the Highliner goes, and then you undock and you're at the other world. And not only do you not know how it happens, but it's like against the Imperial law to even try to find out how it happens.
Right?
You know what I mean? I mean, you could have your house completely banned from ever, being able to use the Spacing Guild again if you look too deep into how they do what they do. So that's cool, but it's not what they wanted to do. Now here's what's weird. I say they don't like sci-fi games, except most of them, except for maybe one that doesn't know anything because she's really young, they all love Star Frontiers. And no matter how many times I try to get them to jump into like a Dune 2300 game, they are not interested. But I mentioned
Anyway,
Star Frontiers, and
is there
they're
any way
all
you could,
Andromasites, and they're freaking Yazirians, and it just is what it is. That's what they like.
it sounds like stubbornness.
People of Planet X, yeah, the ninth planet. Those guys are weird, but not as weird as the Beni Talaxu.
What's up, George?
The Beni Talaxu are the real weirdos of Dune. Like, they have extra pale skin, no females. Their teeth are slightly pointed, which is why a lot of times when you see them, their faces are completely covered except their eyes.
Isn't that where the face dancers come from as well?
It is. Because they converted all of the females of their planet into axolotl tanks.
Mhm.
So basically, yeah, they genetically engineered their women into being just giant birthing tanks. And on top of that, they don't like women at all. So they don't get along very well with, our Bene Gesserit sisters. But they can make eyeballs and arms and shit. And they can, if somebody you love dies, if you've got the coin, they can just bring him back.
Yeah, that was one of the things.
100 times plus.
Yeah, well, what was which book was it where they kept Duncan Idaho was like
God
back
Emperor.
again?
Is the God Emperor of Dune. Over the course of 3,500 years, he brought Duncan back literally hundreds upon hundreds of times.
Yeah, that kind of lost me.
No, there's a reason. The Emperor knew that Duncan was fair-hearted and a good person, so he judged what he was doing based on whether or not Duncan tried to stop him. And of course, if Duncan tried to stop him, he had to kill Duncan. But he would immediately get a new Duncan.
Yeah.
Because he walked the golden path. That's why Paul, his father, who was alive even then, agreed to allow himself to be killed. Because Leto walked the path that Paul was afraid to walk. Because by walking the path that Leto II walked, he ensured that humanity would not go extinct. So, but in order to do that, he had to be a complete and total tyrant for 3,000 plus years.
Right.
So, yeah, he destroyed the Bene Gesserit. He destroyed the Fremen. He destroyed the Spacers Guild. By the time he was done, the Spacers Guild, didn't need it. Because the people on Ix had developed a way to safely travel between the stars that did not require navigators. And then once all of the things he had done, according to the Golden Path, once he had done all the things he'd done, then he allowed Duncan Idaho and his aunt to kill him. Actually, it wasn't his aunt. It was like another relative, though. And they dumped him in a lake. And when he hit the water, all of the little sand trout that had attached to him and turned him into a worm ripped away and swam under the dirt. Mm-hmm. And then as they reproduced, they started encapsulating the water. And within a couple hundred years, Dune went back to Dune. Whereas under the God Emperor, Dune was a lush, beautiful planet with trees, but the problem is the only worms that existed in the deepest southern desert, and they were all sickly. So, yeah, that book is pretty crazy because it gets into a lot of, but Paul In order for the Gold Path to work, the legend of Paul Muad'Dib had to die. But Paul agreed to it. He was the blind wild man that was always walking around the desert. And like there's one point where they showed or talked about a bunch of Orthodox Christians walking in procession, and they had a giant idol of Paul, a giant icon, I mean, with the, you know how the Greek Orthodox do, but it was Paul. Because a lot of the hardcore Christians considered Paul to be a saint. So
I only made it through. I think I don't know if I finished God Emperor of Dune, but I know I was reading it, and it's just like this is getting too weird. Mind
Yeah.
you, this was 40 years ago.
well, I mean, remember, the guy who wrote these books was occasionally a hallucinogenic drug user.
Right.
He hung out with all the coolest people like Jack Vance and stuff like that. He was a hardcore environmentalist, but he was also a hardcore Republican. He he actually, for a long time, the only thing him and his family ate was whatever they grew or killed.
Nothing wrong with that.
Like he was one of those guys for a long time. And to his not credit, Frank Herbert was always very distant to his own children.
Yeah, I heard some other things about him that made me not want to ever have a beer with him.
Well, he had a daughter by his first wife, and he would move around a lot so that he never would have to pay child support.
Yeah.
Because he didn't believe in the idea of paying child support.
Well, you know.
So basically, what I'm telling you, he was a complicated man, and he come up with Dune because he was hanging out apparently in the dunes in Oregon. There's apparently deserts there where there's dunes, and I guess doing peyote and just kind of hanging out in the middle of the desert doing
I'll do
peyote,
it to you every time, man.
looking at the sand move, and the next thing you know, he's writing this fucking crazy book. Yeah, lie detectors don't work though, George.
No, they don't. Well, here's the thing. They do, but not for everybody.
Yeah, that's the thing is like cops will try and act like lie detectors work, but they don't.
Yeah.
And like if they tried to like put that shit into court, they can, but no one's going to take it seriously as actual evidence.
Well, that's not entirely true. You get the right, area, let's say, and the people, will, like sheep, believe whatever they're told.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean, it'll stack up. Yeah, it might be, but I mean, so Florida is our great governor Ron DeSantis is talking about outlawing HOAs entirely from the entire state. So I'm like, interesting.
Well, that's a good decision.
I wonder how our HOA people are feeling about right about now. You know?
Fuck those busybodies. Oh my god, the entire idea of micromanaging your neighbors. It's like gambling. Whoever thought of that idea, the very first person to think of that idea should have been dragged out in the middle of town and freaking taken care of.
Gambling? You
Yeah.
said. I mean,
Yeah, gambling. Gambling's the first person to think that idea up, probably Satan, but the first human should have just been, strung up. Just like the first person who thought of slavery. There's some concepts we humans stick to that, that are just so inherently wrong. We should all just,
Well,
push
I
them,
know I'm super anti-slavery. I mean, buy one of those people, you couldn't give me one.
right?
That's a racism.
Well, if you gave me a person, I'd just set them free.
You're not
Well,
allowed.
it depends.
Not allowed.
You're
No,
not
I
allowed.
mean,
don't care what they say if it's allowed or not.
You better care what they say because you'll end up in the stocks, possibly hanged. You know. If you ever go to Colonial Williamsburg, you'll learn that they wanted to free the slaves back under the English common law, and basically, if you freed a slave, you become responsible for all of the actions of that slave. Monetarily,
yeah, that sounds like some really really.
Well, this was the British.
And look where they are now.
And then the colonists were trying to figure out what to do with the slaves, and one of them was to give them a bunch of equipment, like wagons and stuff, and let them settle the other side of the Virginia territory. But then they argued they couldn't do that because the actual slaves, to quote some of the old guys, they said what you're talking about is basically a death sentence, because you'll give them wagons and axes and stuff and send them out there, and they will go out there and they will die because they don't know enough to actually be settlers. They can only be slaves. And
Yeah, they were too domesticated.
So that put an end to that idea.
It's just like
Jefferson tried to get
you
rid of
abandon
slavery with the
an animal.
Constitution.
You abandon a dog or a cat, they can't hunt anymore. If you get a puppy and you teach it all kinds of tricks and stuff, and then you
Oh, they get ate alive by the Indians. They just get ate alive. It'd just be like, yeah, send them across there in the Choctaw territory and shit. They get, yeah. You wouldn't want any part of that. And then Jefferson wanted to free the slaves constitutionally, but Georgia and I think Mississippi, I know Georgia for sure, said that if they pushed the freeing the slavery thing, then they would not sign on to the revolution. And before the constitutional whatevers, the revolutionary thing started, the first agreement was that it had to be unanimous. So the fact that South Carolina, Georgia, whatever, were like, no, we're keeping our slaves, put an end to Jefferson being able to free slaves. And then, of course, the 5/8 compromise, which people always bring up as, oh, that's so racist. It was Jefferson's compromise to make it where the South wouldn't have more congressmen than the North. It was a long-range plan to eventually be able to vote slavery out. Some escaped slaves joined Indians. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I do know every Indian I've ever met in real life hated them. You go hang out on the Lakota Sioux reservation, ask them how they feel about black people.
Yeah.
Not fans at all. But hey, they may have been one or two. That's what's funny about Little Big Man when Dustin Hoffman, the Indians.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, but the Indians are looking at the settlers and they're like, the black ones are much handsomer. And it's like reality. They went out of their way to kill the black ones. They hated them.
That's amazing. I know like two people now who've ever seen that movie.
Yep. They were wrong. The Indians never thought the black ones were more attractive. They despised them.
That was just pure Hollywood.
They make really horrible comments about black people. Like one joke I heard is, how do you know an Indian had sex with a buffalo at some point?
Right.
Black people. Now, an Indian told me that. So that's a racism from one minority group against another minority group. Because
You
I
shouldn't
was
have
just
to.
like,
You shouldn't have to. Clarify. Anybody who's been on this show more than once knows you better than that. You know,
no,
but
but I used to hang out with a guy named Donnie Rainbird, and he was like big up, you know, the ladder of the Lakota Sioux. He did the Sundance. He did the where they put the bones through your back and you drag buffalo skulls around in a circle and shit like that.
yeah,
Like this guy was big up into the Indian tribe thing, right? And they were the most racist people I'd ever met.
I was literally listening for a minute and realized you guys needed an adult in the room. My God. The things you guys get up to, I swear.
How you
You're
been,
like
Bear?
you're like children
Hey,
without
Bear.
supervision. Hey, what's up, Lef?
I am a bit
We were talking
top
about
tier
the
moral fiber
American
character.
issue with
What are you talking
slavery.
about?
How do we know that Indians had? Come on,
I didn't
that's
make
a
up that
horrible.
damn joke. Go to
But
the
you're
reservation and tell
repeating
it.
it. I know some really awful jokes. You don't hear me telling them.
Is
Why
that
not?
a really awful joke?
Because
though?
they're really awful. I'm not even kidding. And by Jewish people, black people, native people, people from India, the whole 9 yards, I've been told the most horrifically racist jokes by them.
Well, no one will tell you a worse joke about the Jews than the Jews.
Oh, I know. Well,
The
okay,
first time I heard about
my best
Copper
friend.
Wire, it was from a
Yeah,
Jewish
yeah.
guy.
We all
My best friend in high school was Jewish, and his mother, may she rest in peace, was a professor of Holocaust studies at Concordia University.
Oh my
She
God.
told me the most horrifically racist and brutal Jewish jokes I've ever heard at Passover. Like it was
Yeah.
insane, but
it just proves that we're all deep-
everyone,
yes, everyone is racist.
everyone.
We're all awful creatures. Get over
Exactly.
ourselves and learn to fucking laugh again.
Well, you know what?
You know
I'm
what
going
I
to say
never
this. I'm going to
understood?
say it freely. I think when what's his name? Oh God, Morgan Freeman said the way to get over racism is to stop talking about it.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was like no one listened. It was the most
Nope.
fucking direct statement you could make about it, and everyone just tuned it out. And went,
General
nope.
Custer was an interesting guy.
No, dear God.
He was like, "How about you stop calling me a black man, and I'll stop calling you a white man,
Exactly.
and we'll just, do our thing."
We'll just be men.
And no one agreed. But what we were talking about was they were talking about freeing slaves. And I was like, well, in America, under the English colony system, you couldn't. Because if you freed the slave, you were financially and criminally responsible for anything the slave did. And then, of course, the southern states screwed it up for the revolutionary powers because, Virginia, etc., wanted to free the slaves, but the southern states were like, no. And they couldn't have a revolution unless they had a unanimous
Consensus
vote of all the colonies. So that's kind of where it went. And then there was a plan. I learned this at Colonial Williamsburg to just give them a bunch of tools and stuff and just send them across, west. But then soft-hearted people stepped in and said, if we send all these slaves west past Virginia, they're all going to die, right? And they're like, what? They're like, oh, yeah, those Indians will kill them deader than shit. We're always fighting with them. These guys, they're not going to be able to deal with that. So slavery had to exist until some people died. A lot of people.
Well, listen.
Which is stupid because we paid more money in the war to free our slaves than Britain did. And all Britain did is just buy all the slaves and then free them.
Yeah, but Britain also, the English put a lot of sailors died in the Barbary Coast.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Fighting slavers.
The
You know
British
what I mean?
do not get the credit they deserve.
They really don't. And that's why every time I see some idiot on TV in the UK talking about the Union Jack and the St. George's Cross represents racism and slavery. Really? Yes, for a portion of its existence. And then for a very big portion of its existence, it represented the fight against that. So stop.
That's only true if you're one of those people who thinks all colonization is bad. But everywhere the British colonized actually ended up better than it was when they found
This is my theory. You've heard me say this many times. If you had to be colonized by a bunch of white European assholes, you could do a lot worse than the British. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying. And if you need proof, let's ask the Congo. Let's ask most of Central and South America. Let's ask South Africa. Let's ask a bunch of people in France places. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
some people show up and they've got like a low country flag and they want to colonize you, run.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I got some good news.
What's
That's
that?
good. I love good news.
The English are bringing back the St. George's flag, even though their government doesn't like it.
They're practically in the middle of a revolution right now.
Raise the colors is what they're calling the movement. It's interesting.
Yep.
I just love that in Scotland.
Maybe on his way out.
I just love that in Scotland, a migrant assaulted physically a 12-year-old girl in her school uniform, not sexually, but physically. Like he pushed her down or something like that. And her sister ran to the house and came back with a knife and a hatchet and was ready to murder this guy. And she got arrested.
Freedom!
I know. First of all, Scotland.
She is a national treasure.
No.
Recognize it quick.
Do you know any actual Scots? Because I know plenty, and they've all explained to me that's just an average day in Scotland. Everybody in Scotland has a knife. Everybody in Scotland's got a hatchet because they're not allowed.
Did you hear they try? They're trying to paint her as a gang member.
Oh God!
Oh, gosh.
Hey Jesus!
But dude, they can't. They have gone so far to the one side that they cannot. They can't come back. They have to be removed physically, in a very unpleasant way.
I'm not going to say anything. Living in a country where we have the similar problem,
we're not far behind. We'll be there.
No. You still have a shit ton of guns. That's the one thing that's keeping them from getting you there.
Must be removed by any means necessary.
Not that. I meant the government. I meant our government needs to be overthrown.
I was just saying. I mean, we're talking about removing undesirables. I was like,
Shadow was talking about removing undesirables. I was talking about overthrowing the government.
Really quick.
Let me just say, if your career is
can't we
being in
both
the
be
government,
right?
you are an undesirable.
Okay, but
can't we both be right?
No, because we're straying into a little bit of mustache model talk, and we don't want to do the angry mustache model.
We'd rather avoid
What's wrong with a good, healthy mustache?
Exactly. A good, healthy one that covers the whole lip is nice. Though Stalin had one, so I don't know.
Well, the reason this particular gentleman had a mustache is he wanted to distract people from how bad his teeth were.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, at the end of the day, there are good mustaches. Listen, there are good mustache men like Freddie Mercury and Tom Selleck. And there are bad mustache men like the angry model from Austria and the Georgian Russian.
Oh my God, the Babylon Bee did this thing where like this freaking hardcore Antifa leftist goes back in time to kill Hitler.
Oh God.
And by the end of the thing, they're like crying because it turns out that everything they believe in, he created.
Yeah.
And at one point,
I saw a video on that this morning.
She was talking some shit, and he's like, "And we both hate the Jews," and she's like, "Yes, we both hate the Jews."
How many times do I have to say it?
And she's like, "We're just trying to create a utopian free state. All we gotta do is get rid of a few undesirables." And he's like, "Yeah, that's what I believe." And then she had like a freaking. What are they called? Those abortion clinic shirt on. And he's like, you like Margaret Sanger. He's like, I love Margaret Sanger. He's like, destroy the population of the undesirables with eugenics. He's like, I love her. I think I'll mention her in my book. And the liberals just sitting there being like, and then she's like, something like, well, I'm a vegetarian. And he's like, you won't believe this. So am I. And she's like, I believe in gun control. And he's like, me too. You know, it was like everything she was
Yeah.
saying, he was just agreeing with. And then in the end, she's like, "By the way, that's a beautiful painting. What is it called?" And he named it in German, and it was Germany without any Jews. And she's like, "I don't understand what that means, but it sounds lovely." And that's how it ended. Like, God, dog.
But this is the reality that we live in, right? We live in a reality where there's a couple of generations now, basically post Gen X, so millennial and Zoomers and alphas. I feel really bad for, where their knowledge of history has been depleted to the point where they're just being fed propaganda by ideologues who run the education or the media or what have you, to the point where they don't think for themselves anymore, right? You can see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos online of people asking just basic fucking questions and them not being able to answer them because they're woefully undereducated and woefully unread, right? And it sucks. But I took a test this morning because this thing came up my YouTube algorithm. If you use these 15 words, you're in the top. If you know the meaning of these 15 words, you're in the top 3% of English speakers. And all I can figure is were you fucking surveying English speakers in China? Because they weren't that hard, the words. They were pretty like I'm not gonna get into it, but it was I just sat there going, this is fucking ridiculous. This is how far we've fallen. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, at some point,
All part of the plan, though.
some people in charge of education decided that they were not going to teach about anything that happened before 1958 or some shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And because they didn't want to teach about America prior to the liberal the rights movement. And the problem is, I mean, there's a lot more stuff going on. There's a lot of context there, you know. But anyway, my big whine bear is that half of my players have rebelled against me and decided that they no longer want to play Doom.
Really?
Because they've never seen the movies or read the books and have no fucking clue what's going on in the game.
Uh-huh.
And they're just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't understand who's supposed to be bad or good. There's all these plots and things going on, and I'm not sure.
Hand them an MP fucking 4 of the movie and go watch this, and you'll have a better idea.
That's what
Even
Shadow said.
Yeah, just watch the first, Lynch movie. Just watch it,
Yeah.
But so, and it's all the ladies.
Of course, it's the ladies.
It's
Okay,
the
all right. Listen, you've seen me sit here and be, by your standards, I'm sure, gentlemen, the lefty in the room. So allow me to redeem myself as the non-lefty by saying women are destroying Western fucking civilization currently in real fucking time, and it's disturbing as fuck to watch it happen. So when you say to me, "Oh, this game I love is being destroyed because the women don't want to make an effort and just want what they want," I'm like, and how is that different than everything in Western civilization right now, sir?
Yeah,
There you
you're
go.
absolutely right.
Liberal white women are the cause of like most everything that's bad.
Fuck that liberal white women. Fucking women. Just
Yeah,
women.
yeah. You
Stop
can't
qualifying it. There's a
Yeah.
reason why tribal ancestors and old civilizations went, shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, take care of the kids, and stop having opinions because you're fucking insane. Let the men
well,
do the work.
To be fair, it's built in. They don't have
Try
a
to rile
choice.
everybody up.
They don't have a choice.
I'm not.
In-
I'm just fucking around, Shadow. I think
I know,
you're
I know.
you're a little more serious about it than I am.
Well, no, I mean they're emotional creatures that operate 95% of the time on pure emotion,
That I will accept.
And this is
and because of that,
misogyny.
you have to. They've
This
had
is
to
what?
survive.
The DM James misogyny stream.
I can get
At
behind
least
that.
I moved you off the racism. Hey, how about that?
Hey,
We had to go somewhere, and this was adjacent. So,
Is that or
hey, Bear. You probably noticed I've been watching your show.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
noticed.
my Mondays are free, and I'll talk about that later on. But so in doing so, since no matter how many PDFs somebody sends me, I'm probably just not going to read them. No offense. I'm usually using my electronic devices for other things like listening, etc., instead of
I'm fucking
doing a whole.
around, George. Don't take it seriously. Okay, anyway, sorry, keep going.
Today I have the advanced version of the Marvel Superheroes game arriving.
There. I have it right there.
Yeah, I used to have it. I got rid of it when I was really, doing really poorly in life, and I got rid of a lot of stuff, and it helped me, get back on my feet. And so I saw a copy the other day, and it just so happened to be in California, and I'm like, oh wait, you're going to offer me 25% off just because I watched your eBay ad or whatever? I'm like, yeah, I'll take it.
But wait a minute. When you were really bad off, as you claim, did you ever suck a dick?
Jesus Christ.
No.
You let him finish his fucking
Then you
story.
weren't that bad off.
Jesus, James. God damn. I suck your dick for a cheeseburger.
No, never.
Not that I don't appreciate the concept album from Blue Oyster Cult you're laying out for me right now. Can you get to the fucking point, please?
Oh, my point was that because of watching your show and trying to understand your game mechanics, I went and got the next best thing, which was the originator, your own words,
yes,
so that I could follow along better. And digging what I'm hearing. I'm just sticking to the one series, the Guardians, and then I'll go back and maybe listen to the other one.
Oh, the Union City Blues one is vastly superior in just for the character shit that's going on. The Guardians one is fun for like a lot more rules happening in that one. But if you want to see like the more characters having fun and the players super engaged, the Union City, the Friday night one's the one.
Well, I'll eventually catch up to where I can do that. But I already hang out with most of the people in the Guardians. Janet, Sean, Cody, have all been on my show multiple times, and
you need help.
We're all friends. The guy who plays Captain Saturn and Monolith, I don't know as well, but they're growing on me. I like what they've done or what they've chosen for their characters.
What episode are you on right now?
I was watching episode 3.
Oh yeah. So you're in the middle of the Nazi fight still.
Yeah.
This fucking Nazi fight that took sessions to consume, but it was great fun.
I'll be back.
Yeah. It was.
Okay.
I'm digging it. I'm glad to see that you're not like hardcore 4D, if you will. You realize that you have to break from
Have you met me?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, there's some people out there that are trying to carry on that Shauner-esque legacy, but it falls flat when you want to do something other than play an episode of 24.
I'm not even gonna get into it. I've said my piece on that whole thing. I'm gonna let it go and not talk about it. I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're having fun, and you'll be happy to know, as I've told everybody, Heroic is done being written. We're now in layouts and art acquisition.
Cool.
So the PDFs will be coming hopefully sooner than later, but the problem is I got to pay for some of the art, and I'm paying out of pocket for everything these days. And then the print copies and everything else will come after. My goal right now is to get that done so I can start selling the PDF to make fucking money to pay for everything else. Because man, oh man, I still need about $10,000 to finish this project. You know what I mean? And I refuse. People are like, well, why don't you do another backer kit or do another Kickstarter? I'm like, we haven't fulfilled the first one.
Yeah. Don't do that.
I fucking think that is the sleaziest thing you can do, is having a second backer kit to pay.
Yeah. Robbing Peter to pay Paul is never.
So, I keep pushing the Patreon, which we're at 400 and some a month. If we get up to 500, it relieves a lot of the pressure. But sadly, we had the hardest time getting up to 400. Now we're at 400. We're doing the same cycle again, which is, we're at 450. 2 people cancel. We're up at 475. 3 people cancel. And so I know it'll eventually hit 500, and we'll go from there.
I don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't envy you in the position that must feel like, but
it's life.
I got faith in you, and who knows, maybe
So look, here's how it works. Okay, there are X amount of sections in the book. We'll say 15 for fun. Each one of them alone for art, for the basic art I need for the section, costs me 75 American for the one page that I gets broken up as like heads and what have you in that section, plus the title graphic. Okay, so that's about $1,000 American, which immediately becomes 2,500 Canadian, practically, right? So that's that. Layout, the final layout for the whole book's going to cost me about, and I got a great deal, about 1,000 to 1,500 American to get the whole thing finally laid out at the end and all, because it's a big fucking book, right? So that's another. So now we're up to about 5K Canadian. The backer art costs me about $100 a piece American. You understand? And there's still like 14 pieces to do. 14 or 15. Actually, there might be more than that. Shane gave me a list. There's a lot. So this all adds
I'm
up.
assuming we're in the unfinished section.
Oh yeah. Everyone's like that. That's on pause right now because I just don't have the money to pay the guy to do the art. Then once all that's said and done,
I see.
I gotta pay for all the print on demand copies.
Yep.
And that's gonna be easily a couple $1,000s when all is said and done. Easily. Plus the prices went up from when we did the original fulfillment. All the pricing went up, inflation went up, everything went up. So it's just like, it's just this one hole that I keep throwing about 10% of my monthly paychecks into and just watching it never fill up.
Like a boat.
Like a boat.
Or a Jeep.
And I'm going to need a bigger boat. You know, that's just the way it is. But we'll get there. I'm not giving up hope. And that's why I do the monthly updates for everybody in the backer kit so they know that they've been abandoned. I encourage everybody from the backer kit to join the fucking Patreon. If all 410 backers joined the Patreon, I'd be laughing. This thing would be done in 6
I need to look your Patreon up again.
Oh, it's real easy. It's patreon.com/Zenith Comics.
Zenith. Yeah, because I don't have any idea what it was.
Yeah. Here, I'll give it to you in the
I'd be
private
on there
chat.
looking for bear.
I'll give you the private chat. Here you go. That's what you need to go. You need to go there.
Okay.
Like I said, so if all 410 backers were to commit $5 a month at the lowest level of the Patreon, there's only 2 levels, 5 and 10. Well, there's one for private games, but no one takes it. It's just there in case someone decides they want it. Jesus Christ. Let's see. 5 times 410, so that's 50. That's 2,050 a month, roughly. If I was pulling in 2,050 a month off the Patreon, this would be done in 6 months. Because it would be out. Like it would be out and available for everyone.
Also, you could eat the higher brand of ramen.
I can't eat ramen, diabetic, so I can eat the higher brand of Walmart ground beef. I don't know, like whatever.
Yeah, like instead of the little square packs, you could get the good ramen that's round.
Yeah, I could get the Korean ramen.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Noodle. I'm doing Shin ramen now. Ooh,
I can't even
wow.
remember the last time I had that. Every time I get it, it seems like it's already been sitting on the shelf for like a year. You know?
That's the good news. It'll last. Every 6 months, I treat myself when I go grocery shopping and I get 1 pack of Shin ramen. And then I just have my blood sugar is going to hate me today, Dave, but I don't give a fuck because I'm going to at least enjoy this.
Yeah, well, don't die on us before we get the game. Just saying.
Well, listen.
I mean, afterwards,
Shane has all the files, so if I die, Shane can finish the project.
After the game's out.
Here, I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you something. But actually, no, I can't. I got to show the backers first. Never mind. Sorry. I got to show the backers first on this month's update, so I'm not going to be able to show you that. Oh, I can't show you anything. Fuck. Oh well. After the update, I'll be able to show. But you threw. I think Leth. I don't know if Leth backed it, but I know you two did. So you'll see the update.
Who backed what?
Yeah, thanks, Leth. Thanks for playing along. It's good to have you here. Hey, Patreon has live streams now.
I never
Really?
backed anything. I can't really afford anything right now.
How long do you think it'll be before people are doing porn on them?
Can't do porn on the Patreon. They fucking delete you so quick.
I'm just okay.
Like if you get caught, they fucking ban you.
Good, as it should be, but
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah, boobies are evil. Yeah.
well, I mean, if If I want to see boobies, I just go to Facebook and watch midgets in bikinis.
Oh my God, what the fuck is that all about?
I don't
What?
know. But it is a thing.
Are any of my players watching? I don't think any of my players are watching, right?
I don't know if anybody's watching. It might just be us.
I'm almost tempted to
George.
show you guys something I made for my game tonight. I got the Union City game tonight, but I'm worried one of my players might be watching, and I don't want them to ruin the surprise.
That's right. I got a game tonight too.
I got hearts to break tonight.
Hearts to break? What does that mean?
At least one.
What are you talking about, yeah?
One of the ladies that doesn't understand Dune and wants to play a superhero. She seems to be just bound and determined to play Deadpool. And it's no.
So, do you ever see how I make characters for my superhero games, James?
I don't, but I will take.
Here's what I do.
That you give.
Let's say the three of you were going to play in a superhero game, right?
Right.
I'd say, okay, each of you has to send me a private message with your 3 favorite superheroes of all time and why they are your favorites. Like, what is the thing about them that makes you resonate with them so much? When that's done, I take all 3, I run them through the transmogrifier, and I spit out a pre-made character that has elements of those things, either directly or high-minded or whatever the case may be. And I go, cool, here's your character. This is who you're playing in the game. And if you don't like it, don't play. And you know what that does? That prevents idiots from bringing Deadpool into my serious game or arguing that they really wanted to play Captain Fart Muncher because, no, trust me, it's a goofy name, but it's a great character. Yeah, go
Question. So does Dr. Doom count as a hero if I put 2099 in front of it?
2099 Dr. Doom could count as a hero, absolutely.
Okay.
But he's not the same as Dr. Doom. He's got a difference.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
again,
you
okay.
even know that he's a Doombot.
Or maybe he's not. So why do you like Dr. Doom 2099? What's your reason?
Just because he's such an interesting character. He's
Use more words.
I'm a big fan of versatile characters. He was almost a Sorcerer Supreme. He was almost on par with Reed Richards, almost on par with Tony Stark. And he runs his own country. You throw all that together.
All I'm hearing is I want to play a character that can do everything, but then I add in the caveat that he's also an also-ran. He's not the best at any of these things. Mm-hmm. Right? So then we got that. Okay. Who's your second favorite superhero?
Oh, probably Silver Surfer.
Why?
One, I love the whole idea of being able to go to other planets and having been to other planets and having an otherworldly wisdom. He was Stan Lee's like true voice when it came to his writings. All about peace and not us humans not being able to see the absolutely obvious of how good we have it, but yet we're just insane little evil monkeys, and this guy is trying to come down and the savior complex, but or Christ-like complex.
All right, what's your third favorite?
Oh, either Moon Knight or Rom. I'm kind of tied there.
Pick one.
Well, if I tried to throw him into one character, Moon Knight would have to get tossed out. So we'll go with Rom.
Okay, so Rom the Space Knight. Why Rom the Space Knight?
Similar reasons to Silver Surfer. Come to Earth to help them and do away with like an ultimate evil that they can't see.
So basically, if I were to, there's 2 ways I could go with that. One is sort of a little bit like really, and the other is like, okay, we have to get really clever with it. The really version is, so basically you're into all-powerful messianic characters that basically everyone should worship, and you're on a power fantasy trip, which is fun.
I don't know that I'd go that way, but
it's a superhero. But if I was going to really take it, I'd say one, you'd have to be an extraterrestrial somehow. Yeah. Either extra-dimensional, extra-planetary, whatever it is, number one. Number 2, a fantastic amount of power that gives him versatility. So I would immediately give you cosmic power. like Marvel or something, which is just cosmic energy manipulation, which means you would be a power stunt machine. You could basically try to do anything, but you have to try. That's the secret. It's not free. You got to make the effort, and if you fail, you fail. Thirdly, I'd make him a deposed noble from his planet, where like Doom, he was once their leader, but then a revolution of the people threw him out, and he's now arrived on Earth, and he's going to show the people of Earth the error of their ways and that they can save their planet and all that good stuff. And I would throw in a dark secret, which is that because he's definitely decided he's going to rule this planet. And that's the character I would give you to play. He's a hero. He's a good guy, but he's got a little darkness.
Different idea, but you got 75% of what I was thinking.
But that's the point, because here's why you can't have 100% of what you're thinking. Every time you create a character for a game, you have scenes in your head that you are already imagining are going to happen in that campaign. You've already got ideas about what's going to. I'm going to do this, and this cool thing's going to happen, and that's. I can't, as the referee in any game, read your mind to know if that's going to be able to happen. So I'm always going to disappoint you in the long run, because you're never going to get the stuff you really want to have happen for that character.
What's up, Hungar?
Hey, Hung. If I give you a pre-made character that you then, like an actor, are taking that character and bringing them to life on your own, we both win. You get to have a character that you don't have a bunch of preconceived notions about, and I get to watch you develop through the campaign itself.
Is that how you ran the Guardians character generation?
Yep.
Cool.
And Union City Blues, except for one, I think. No, all Union City Blues, I made them all. And even the Falkenberg game that started on Wednesday this week, I made all their characters for them. And you know what? Players always, I don't get to make my own character. And then they do it one time and they go, holy shit, this was fun. Because they realize they're not hung up on all the ego shit that they normally bring into their character, and they get to just enjoy the fucking game. It's crazy how well that works.
That's fair.
And that's something I was opposed to for years. And then I tried it, and I was like, God damn, this makes everybody's lives easier. Campaigns last longer. Like, holy shit.
I did this. I did not the same thing, but I did my longest running game ever, which is still going 25, 30 years later. I made up all the characters, and then I said, "Who wants to play who?" And then they picked them out. And you're right; it worked better than all my other games. They knew who they were playing better than if they made them up, because they got to do the baby deer walk step and trying to learn how to walk. They didn't have to do any of that. They're like, "Oh, I got it." I'm this guy or this gal, and it's still to this day probably my favorite game that I've ever run.
Well, because it gets everybody's ego out of the way, like I said, and it allows you to work together as storyteller or judge or referee or DM or GM and players to create something special between a lot of you. Are you wearing a shoulder holster there, Bubba?
No.
I never wear a shoulder holster.
I do, but not now.
I mean, I don't carry anything big enough to need one.
I do, but it's a little bit lower than a shoulder holster. Wah, wah.
Or is it?
I can make goofy jokes.
Yeah, it's still count.
All right. It's a two-shot Derringer. Leave me alone.
You're
Let me guess what the caliber is. 7.62 by 39.
for me, no.
For me, it's 22 short round. But anyway,
I know. I was making a joke because you know how big that Derringer is when you have a 7.62.
I've seen
have you ever seen the 454
mag?
Have you ever seen the 454?
Yeah.
There's a fucking 454
Yeah,
castle round Derringer. What the fuck?
That don't need to have.
That's not a
that.
Derringer.
No.
It's like, well, you're walking through somewhere.
It's like that's a step down from a Law's rocket launcher.
And you're just like, blam.
Yeah, seriously. Haha, my Derringer. Hang on. There it is. Oh, shit. The thing weighs about 8 pounds. Like, fuck.
I mean,
I would not want to fire that thing.
Why would I wear a shoulder holster while I'm sitting in my game room? And two, when I do go out and I decide that I might need to be armed, because I have a Springfield Hellcat, which is like that big, I can tuck it in my blue jeans pocket. No one will ever see it. You know what I mean?
You guys have seen my leather vests. Both of them have built-in shoulder holsters.
And that Springfield, that's full 9mm with a 15 double stack mag.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm sitting in here. I need to do some shading and stuff, but I think Shadow.
Just go out and get some sun, bro.
Who this might be?
Get some sun.
Let me see. Let's tilt it up a little bit and see if we
He's
can.
in Florida, man. The sunlight's wet in his state.
I've never heard that. That's great.
Come on now, let's
Yeah.
get her even.
Nice.
Do you know who it is, though?
No.
Dr. Girlfriend.
Oh, no way. Okay, I'm jealous.
And see here.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah,
The Monarch.
the Monarch.
You know, Brian from Weird World War II showed me a 3D print person who's made those, maybe the same one. And I'm like, well, what are you waiting for? Just send them to me, you know? And that never happened.
I think these were, I want to say about $3 or $4 on Etsy
Right?
from a guy in Florida. So I got them pretty quick.
You know,
But,
it'd be funny.
I mean, I got shader, flash, and then highlight. And I don't know, that black strip, I might want to put just the edge bit of the thing around the nipple on there.
Are you aware of the deadly sting of the monarch?
Yeah, him, I got to paint his forearms gold because of his launchers.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, she's got the crown because this is when she has fully embraced her Queen of the Hive thing. But I got to do that. And then this girl, I need to do a lot of work on, like make her uniform more yellow.
Is it Sally Jupiter?
That's Silk Spectre.
Oh, okay.
And her uniform is yellow and black.
That's Sally, not Sally. That's the daughter. What the hell is the
That's
daughter?
the
Sally
daughter.
Jupiter.
I
Yeah.
thought the mother was Sally.
No.
Who's the mother? What's the mother's first name?
Or am I?
Japesnik or whatever is the family name. Hang on.
Nice.
Silk Spectre. Sally Jupiter.
Oh, okay.
Who's a mother? Who's a mother?
Well, we know who the father is,
Why? We suspect who the father is.
and he got treated like
Lori. No, she's
Right.
Lori Jupiter. Her mother.
Right.
is
I knew it
Sally.
started with an L.
And Laurel, because it's Laurel, and she goes back to Jesus Christ, Jupexic. I can't pronounce his fucking name.
there's her dad.
Can someone please get the Polish a goddamn pronunciation guide for the English Roman lettering?
I'm gonna have to go.
Oh, I'm
I'll say,
sorry, Leth. I didn't mean to make fun of the Polish.
No, it's not bad.
Fucking
My
with you,
nephew,
man.
he wants me
I'm-
to play with him. Say,
Take
But,
care.
well, I mean, what's his name? Rorschach.
Yeah.
His human name is Kovacs, which
Kovacs.
is a Hungarian Jewish name.
Yep.
And
his mama was a hoe.
his mom was a hoe, big time.
Yeah, big time.
And then Night Owl also had a Jewish name. What was it?
Dryberg.
You know, Dryberg? Dan
I
Dryberg?
think it was like Stryberg or something like that.
Dryberg. Dan Dryberg.
Dryberg, yeah. And then
Could be
I don't
German.
remember what Ozymandias's real name was.
Adrian Veidt.
Yeah, I'm guessing not a Jew.
Veidt. That sounds very Germanic.
Yeah.
You think? Have you know,
And
blonde hair, blue
then
eyes?
Dr. Manhattan, I believe, was Jewish. Because I believe he talked about his dad was a watchmaker in the old country.
So Rorschach was Kovacs, Adrian Veidt was Ozymandias, Daniel Dryberg was Night Owl, John Osterman, that's German.
Yeah.
That's German. Is Dr. Manhattan. He's an Osterman.
Okay. Huh.
I actually think the best joke I've heard forever is when they call him Spider-Man instead of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
That's fucking hilarious. It's like, it's like that kid, Spider-Man.
That kid,
But,
Spider-
the fucking Catskills Spider-Mans? What are you talking about?
what is hilarious is the book Multiverse Spider-Verse for that Marvel game has the stats for J. Jonah Jameson. If you want to play him, it's got him in it.
Are you talking the Marvel Multiverse RPG?
Yes. Yeah,
I
J.
thought
Jonah
that
Jameson
I was supposed to be in a
Yeah.
campaign of that, and no sooner did I get the book in the mail, and the guy disappeared off the internet.
I have everything for it because the writer Matt is a friend and has been on the channel
Really?
many times. Yeah, nice guy, Matt.
I was all in to play, and it just fell apart.
No, people seem to love it. It has a very active Reddit group and a very active Facebook group. I loved the playtest version that they put out first because it had so much potential. But then they got so much. I don't want to say, again, there is a problem when you let the public decide how your game should be. Because the
Right.
people who are going to speak up the most are the whiniest shits with the loudest voices. So
Agreed.
they made a bunch of changes between the playtest and the final edition that I just did not agree with. I'm like, you didn't need to do that. There were easier ways to do it. And it made the game just not fun for me anymore. But Matt's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, cooking by
Consensus.
what do you call it, consensus or whatever,
Yeah.
that's never going to work out. That's not a good idea.
No,
Now,
nothing
with
good
the
ever
Marvel
comes from
game, I
committee.
did make the comedian who was just a normal human, but I managed to make him like rank 3. He does got mighty 1 and sturdy 1 because it's the comedian and he's, 6'7", 380 pounds or some shit. But otherwise, all of his super abilities, if you can even call them super abilities, was he just had the list of shit you can do with guns, knives, hand-to-hand combat. Otherwise, he didn't have a single stat above human max.
Same as Rorschach.
Because
Yeah.
other than Dr. Manhattan, none of the Watchmen are actually super.
So as I was mentioning, I said every time I get the Patreon to somewhere good, someone just canceled their membership today.
God, assholes.
No, I mean, listen, they live in their life. Their money is their money, and I do not blame them for what they have to do. I mean, if they have to leave, they have to leave. I get it. It just sucks since I give away a metric shit ton of stuff, in that Patreon. Like, you don't find another Patreon more active.
Would that be like Connie yeah, you said metric, so that's Connie tons.
Anyway, I do like 2 posts a day of usable material on that Patreon.
Instead
5
of
days a
good
week.
old imperial tons.
I get a shit ton. Does a shit ton work better for you then?
Yeah.
Because that seems like an imperial ranking.
With like 2 N's and an E and an S for some reason. TONNES, tons. I don't
I
know.
don't know why.
It's like
You.
it seems like during the Middle English period, they're just like, can we throw like a weird letter in here for some?
You know why that happened, right? You know the reasoning for that?
I know with the old Greek, it's because the Y used to equal the
No.
TH sound.
No, it's because of the monks. So it started in France, which is why France basically will use fake math because I don't have the exact numbers or currencies. But let's say when the church did all the scribe work, they charged you 1 penny per letter. So in French, they could make the sound O with an O, that's 1 penny. Or they could put EAU, that's 3 pennies. You understand?
That
Well,
is
it wasn't-
hilarious.
It wasn't too long till that spread over to the English, and as a result, we wound up with in the Middle Ages all these superfluous fucking letters to make sounds because the fucking church was robbing everybody as best they could.
It's hilarious, and I respect their hustle.
Oh, it's a hell of a hustle. Oh yeah.
I mean,
One that's still continuing to screw people.
To this very fucking day. But what are you gonna do?
To this very conversation.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. No, I don't fault it. There's only one person I will ever fault for canceling their Patreon membership. Remember, I said 2 posts a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Very, very rarely I'll say, guys, I'm taking this week off because I just need a break, and everyone's very understanding about that. Very rare, happened once or twice. I had a guy cancel his membership, and his reason was Zenith Comics wasn't as active as I was hoping. What the fuck were you hoping for beyond 2 posts a day of usable material 5 days a week? Me to come over to your house and flush the toilet for you and wipe your ass? Like, what the fuck were you looking for? Like, what a bullshit excuse.
Is there any back and forth between members and you?
Some people send me private messages to discuss stuff, but not much. Like,
but that is a possibility, right?
If I wanted to have a conversation, I could always reach out to them, but I'm not going to send someone a message saying, "Hey, you canceled your membership." What the fuck, man?
No, I was just.
In fact, I've gone the other way, which is when people I know have canceled their membership and it says my financial situation has changed. If I know them on Discord, many times, not always, but many times, I reach out to them and go, "Hey, man, you good?" And they're like, I'm like, "Okay, cool. Look, here's 6 months free. Stick around. Keep enjoying this stuff." You know what I mean? Like, it's not a problem for me to do that.
I was just trying to understand what they meant by active. Like maybe they were
Who knows?
expecting more interaction with you or the other community members.
No fucking idea, because they just picked the default thing as opposed to writing a message, right? Now, some people write messages. So stuff like, "I won't support anything that uses or celebrates AI art." Okay, bye. You know, like, we want me to say, fuck you. Nothing I love more than the anti-AI crowd. It's like, so you would rather I starve and not be able to produce any usable material or art or characters or anything for you because I dare to use AI art. I also use the money I generate from this to pay artists to produce real art. So,
well, I got some bad news for all those anti-AI art guys.
What's that?
Everyone's using it.
Yep.
Well, it's all about bottom line. If artists were as cheap as AI, no one would ever think of using AI. Now, I don't expect artists to work for peanuts, but I also don't expect them to be treated like celebrities the minute they pick up a pencil.
But here's the thing. All right. A lot of artists generate the image with AI first and then use that as a baseline to actually draw over and correct and fix. That's the new way things are done now. So if you're thinking you're going to get Rembrandt painting up your bullshit, no.
Yeah.
No. I mean, even Games Workshop is using computer programs to design all their new miniatures. That's why they all suck. And old schoolers like me say they have no soul anymore. Because there was a time when you had the Perry brothers or whoever hand carving these little bastards, you know what I mean? Making masters, putting all their little, tricks and whatever in. And that time is over now. Now they can go on a computer and they can just mix and match some parts. And here's a Space Marine. But,
yeah.
I mean, freaking, I guarantee you, I can't, this is anecdotal, but I'm willing to testify that the new D&D 5e, 6e, whatever E, I would bet you anything that AI art was used in some way with the production of that.
Oh, absolutely it was.
And then whether they had an actual person go back through and recolor a few things, fine. But yeah, Lionel Johnson, the most autistic of the Primarchs, which is also a play on the name Lionel Johnson, who apparently was like a gay poet or something back in the day. But one of the original creators at Games Workshop really, really liked his poetry. So they snuck him into the game. Kind of like Gazco Mag or Thraka was Maggie Thatcher. they just made Maggie Thatcher a giant orc warlord for some reason. And it works since orcs don't have genders anyway. So, it's not like there's no sex swap because orcs aren't actually, mammals and they don't have genders. You know who that is? Right?
Talking to me on Discord. That's no. Who is that?
That is the first Green Lantern.
No, it's not.
You see how he's got the coat? That's
not the first Green Lantern, dude. The first Green Lantern had a cape, purple cape, and a mask.
Then it's the second Green Lantern, but it's Green Lantern.
Nope, that's like maybe Guy Gardner, maybe.
It's one of them.
Yeah, maybe.
It is now, damn it.
Okay, all right, fine, whatever.
Well, the thing is, you can't see it, I guess, on his coat. Let me see. If you look really close, okay, focus in, you asshole. My computer hates me.
Yeah, it's just your camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's Guy Gardner.
Yeah, you see underneath where the thing is folded open, there's the actual Green Lantern symbol.
Yeah, that's Guy Gardner because he hasn't got a mask. Guy Gardner doesn't wear a mask.
Oh, see, I didn't know it. It's the Riddler. Whose special ability is he riddles. Like, hey, tabletop nerd, what's up, homie? How you doing, bro? Yeah, that's kind of like if you did a Batman versus a DC versus Marvel mashup, about half of the characters in DC would be meaningless, and the other half would be OP as shit. You know,
yeah, same for Marvel though.
Yeah, it's like you've got the Joker, who's literally just a crazy clown, but then you've got Superman, you know, who can do everything. You know, it's like you've got like the Penguin. Like, who gives a shit about the Penguin, right? But then at the same time, you've got Shazam, who again, like Superman, can literally do just about anything. You know, it's like it's so crazy, you know. Like Hungar and I were talking about, because I used to live under the theory that Dr. Manhattan could defeat any other superhero, until I realized that Superman was built with the ability to never lose. Not even to Dr. Manhattan.
So here's the thing. Once upon a time, John Byrne was doing a panel at a Comic-Con. And some guy asked a question because he was writing Superman at the time. And he said to me, hey, why doesn't Lex Luthor, with all the kryptonite he's gotten a hold of, make a bullet and then hire, Deathstroke the Terminator, or one of the best assassins, to basically shoot Superman when he's making one of his public appearances from a sniper position, because by the time he hears the bullet, the kryptonite will be negating his powers and it'll be too late. And John Byrne went, okay. And he said, you know what, that's a really interesting question. You clearly put a lot of time and effort into thinking about how you would do it, and all of that makes sense. But here's the problem. Then Superman would be dead, and we couldn't publish any more Superman comics. So not a great idea for us. And that's the point
I can't argue with that.
And that's the point of comic books that gets me so annoyed when people argue over who's the most powerful or who's the smartest. It doesn't matter. They have writers, editors, and they want to make money. Stop arguing over this stupid shit.
No.
Just enjoy the stories.
I'm a nerd, and I will argue over which Primarch is the best.
Okay, have fun.
Which superhero is the best until the end of time.
Have fun. Given that you know next to nothing about superheroes, that is not a good argument.
But I'm just telling you, it's the way it is. We got to do it.
No, I get it. I understand. But here's the problem, James. You've proven to know so little about superheroes that you having an argument against me about superheroes would be like a kitten fighting Mike Tyson.
Well, Mike Tyson would never fight a kitten. He'd pick it up and pet it. He likes.
Well, there you go. Is that what you're saying? You want me to pick you up and pet you? Jesus.
Well, just admit that, yes, I'm a little kitten, and you have no reason to beat up on me. Fair. I mean, will it make you feel better? You beat up a kitten? Good job. Good job, fair. Buddy.
That's fair.
You know, my wife always says that when I'm being icy at her. She says, does it make you feel better? You're basically kicking a puppy. And then I'm like, you're right. So, and I stop. Yes, but that's what Bear was saying. Superman will always be as powerful as he needs to be, because DC Comics needs to be able to sell their number one hero or number two. And if you kill him off, then they're going to lose a lot of money, and that wouldn't be good. I think maybe Batman might be their number one, honestly.
He is. Batman is their number one.
Yeah, the comedian versus Ozymandias. Well, if Ozymandias hadn't used his super genius to alter his genetics to make himself literally above human in ability, I mean, the comedian would have beat his ass. But, you know, Ozymandias used his super intelligence to actually make himself more physically powerful. I mean, because look at when Rorschach and Night Owl jump Ozymandias and he whips their asses. Like he just beats the brakes off of them. It's not even close. And he catches a bullet. So, I mean, yeah. At that point, Ozymandias is actually no longer really human either. He has become something else. But he'll never be a Dr. Manhattan. You can forget about that. But still, he definitely had gotten into some shit. Bugs Bunny? Well, if it's being written and voiced by Mel Blanc, I agree entirely with that. Because Bugs Bunny will just erase them and then draw their faces like sunflowers and shit. And
No, that's Chuck Jones, and that only happens in Chuck Jones episodes.
yeah.
One of my favorite things I ever heard in my life was Chuck Jones was giving an interview. I think it was at an animation festival or something. And someone asked him why it's always a 16-ton weight. And his answer was, because 15 tons isn't funny. And I was like, you know what? That's fucking genius. All right, well, fuck both of you then. Whatever. Christ. Tough
I was just thinking of that song, lift 15 tons, what do you get? It's not a funny song.
Another day older and deeper in debt.
Right.
Oh, St. Peter, don't you take me, because I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Yeah, but yeah. But I mean, we're not playing Toon here, but yeah, Bugs Bunny would be.
Someone offered to send me a copy of that game, and I don't know where it is. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, he Bugs Bunny would probably be a cosmic power because I mean that dude does like in some cartoons he does some crazy shit.
And we know he's already got the suit.
James, I'm sharing an image that you can put up. It's safe. Don't worry. It's not.
I'm not putting it up. It's going to be some freaking.
October used to be cold. That's entirely your fault, Grandma.
That's funny.
Yep.
Oh, and Diver, I know you're driving and you can't get into a big discussion about this, but
What's up, Bloodworth?
Bloodworth. I was actually on Bloodworth's show last night until my power went off. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was supporting the Arduin guys with Daddy Roll of One.
The question is Akaku-chan or whatever you put on your channel or Sydney Sweeney in white lingerie. Because she did like a shoot with her wearing like white lingerie and just flopping all over a couch.
Okay.
As she should.
Well, she's kind of a crazy chick. If you see her interviews, she totally gets off on the male gaze. Like, you know what I mean? She actually knows she's hot and she wants people to look at
James,
her.
they all do. It's just a whole lot of them don't receive it.
No, she wants dudes to check her out. She's like that.
No. All women want dudes to check them out. The difference is she just likes dudes checking her out. Most women want only certain dudes to check them out. Other dudes that aren't that dude, not so good. And then most of them are fucking gassed up mids, and I'm so sick of gassed up fucking mids.
I was actually referring to the fact that most of them don't get the gaze because they don't deserve the gaze.
Well, that's because you're mean.
Yes, I am.
If
you're not gaze worthy, you're not going to get the gaze.
Why are you
telling me 800 pounds?
It's not that hard. Just go make yourself available at a gay club. You'll get them. They're pretty promiscuous, actually. So even you could luck out there. And they're of all the pairings of any sex, they are the least likely to abuse their spouse. Isn't that weird? And the most
He's
likely is lesbians.
Oh yeah, they're
Like,
vicious.
them bitches is crazy. They're beating the shit out of each other all day. But yeah, all superheroes are in a reality except for Deadpool, and Bugs Bunny is not. He exists beyond any reality. True. Deadpool is insane and knows he is in a comic book, making him. I
Doesn't
don't
that
know.
make him the sanest of all?
No, no, he's super insane. That's another reason I'm having like second like thoughts about letting anybody play Deadpool, because it's like letting someone play a chaotic neutral anything in a D&D game. You know there's going to be a problem. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then when you say, why did you do that? They're going to say, well, I mean, you know, I am Deadpool. And you're going to be like, yeah, that sucks. I should make her play
What's
dumb.
up, HD?
Chant every time. To be dumped for a 27-year-old Elvira. Yeah, but Elvira don't like people with your attachments, bro.
No, she don't
Yeah.
like men. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she don't like men.
Elvira,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I used to hang out with her every Friday.
Mistress of the Dark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's full
she's
on.
into the ladies, man.
She, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I used to hang out with her and her chauffeur at KZY radio station every Friday night because she was handing out tickets to midnight at the movies for the Orange Mall, and so for 2 years, every Friday I'd walk in, hang out with her for a little while, get my tickets, you know, just
She
you
was
know,
hotter as a redhead
order.
when she did porn.
Yeah.
She was way hotter as a redhead when she did porn.
What? She did porn?
Cassandra Peterson was a nude model before she became Elvira. You can
Oh,
find
really?
tons and tons and tons of her pictures online, and she's a redhead naturally.
Well, I'm glad that she had to come up and become Mistress of the Night. I mean, you know,
Mistress
that's
of
cool.
the Dark, not just the night. Mistress of the
Whatever,
Dark.
whatever.
So even in this room, there's dark under the desk. She's the mistress of it.
You're so bad. That is so bad.
Ah, I have my moments.
she was cool
Make
though.
her play Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, seriously.
I
Fuck
wouldn't
off.
even let her play Darkwing Duck. I'll make her
Fuck.
play Darkwing Duck's niece.
You are still banned from ever playing any games with me ever. What do you want me to say? Man.
Who, Crafting Gamer or Hung
Oh
Gun?
my god. Oh, crafting. Oh my god. Oh my god. And he knows what he did. He knows.
They all
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
No, but the reason I brought up the Sydney Sweeney thing is there was a Photoshop on my Facebook this morning when I was looking at it, because I'm trying to sell this unopened box of freaking Indomitus. And yeah, last gasp attitude. I wouldn't doubt it. Somebody had photoshopped a Cracker Barrel shirt on Sydney Sweeney. Like really tight too. So it looked like a Hooters waitress, but Cracker Barrel.
Nice.
And it was, and all it said was how to fix Cracker Barrel's problem. And it just had Sydney Sweeney wearing it. Because she is the new kind of it girl, you know what I mean?
I have loved nothing more in my life than watching this fucking annoying bitch CEO from Cracker Barrel lose everything.
They completely recanted everything. Everything. They're not changing anything. Freaking.
Except for one thing, the Peg game is now being manufactured in China. So she put a family-run business that had been making the Peg game for Cracker Barrel for decades out of business.
You know,
I mean,
that
like, how many of those games could they possibly have been needing? What were people stealing them? You know?
people buy them.
Yeah, they buy them.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but the
But
problem is
still.
it's
And
it's
also
you know
think of
it's
how much
obviously
Cracker
saving that dollar or two in China was a better way than supporting
Right.
an American family. So my advice to all of you Americans is to fucking boycott the fuck out of Cracker Barrel until it's
Well,
gone.
it's too
It
late.
doesn't
I mean,
exist
they
anymore.
lost like over $500 million.
Which is weird because I've never even seen a Cracker Barrel in California other than
Cracker Barrel is a brand of cheese in Canada.
Oh yeah, we've got that, but I haven't even seen that in years. It's like it only comes out around Christmas.
Don't get me
Occasionally
going
there'll
on
be
cheese.
a Cracker Barrel store in the mall where they just sell cheese and crackers and shit. Nice. Shit.
Do you know there's a cave somewhere in the Northeast that has like hundreds of tons of cheese in it?
Just waiting to be ready.
No, it's just stored there forever.
Anyway, so but New York
Literally
Cracker Barrel
hundreds
cheese
upon
is not
hundreds
this.
upon hundreds of thousands of tons of cheese
Yes, it's the one where they were using the government cheese,
in a giant cave.
yeah. which they stopped selling or giving away, so you can't have it anymore.
Ni hao. I know that. That's Chinese for hello.
Ni hao ma.
Yeah, I know.
I
that
lived in
when I
Vancouver.
played,
I lived in Vancouver.
I know that fucking noise.
That's
what is that game that it was Korean or something? Lineage. When I played Lineage, all the Chinese players, anytime I'd run near them, like they'd all say "rang rang," which apparently in Chinese means "go away."
Hmm.
You love Trump? Are you safe here? How could you not be safe? What do you think somebody's going to do? Like transport through your screen to your basement and like beat you up or something? I mean,
well, you do have a picture of Deadpool on screen, so
I mean Deadpool, but I mean, I don't know. I've always considered Deadpool to be a little bit apolitical since he's completely insane and never really says anything about anything.
fair enough.
Democrats want you deported. You must be in England. Of course, the best hero ever. I should make this character. That's right. I need to work on painting something on the shirt though.
No, I think the classic wife beater is perfect as is.
Yeah, but you know who that is, right?
Jack Burton, me.
Yeah.
Jack Burton.
You know what Jack Burton says is a time like this? Who? Jack Burton, me.
Me. Yeah.
Nice knife, Mr. Burton. Goodbye.
Is that a Run DMC shirt? It very well could be.
It is not. It is a Run D&D shirt.
Ah, well, that's actually pretty cool too. I mean, we are a bunch of Gen Xers, which means we do remember Run DMC. You know,
Run DMC was awesome, man.
You know, that
I was never impressed. I really
okay. Again, as a man who pontificates the brilliance of Blue Oyster Cult, your musical opinions are not holding waters.
How much Blue Oyster Cult have you listened to besides on the radio?
I've listened to tons. I had 3 of their albums in high school and in college, and they are a fine band, but they are not the fucking Kwisatz Haderach of rock.
No, but their lead guitarist, Buck Dharma, was one of the greatest guitarists ever.
And their band name means Gay Bar and Police Academy.
I don't even know if their lead guitarist was the best guitarist in Blue Oyster Cult.
He was the editor for Guitar Magazine for like 2 decades.
Oh, well, that means he's really good at...
You know, Toto was a better band, right?
No, never.
Toto was a vastly superior band to Blue Oyster Cult.
Not only did they do the soundtrack to David Lynch's Dune, they were the studio album for Michael Jackson. And
he also likes Golden Earring. He absolutely does. And they are...
Golden Earring is absolutely amazing. I love Golden Earring. They're a great fucking band, but they're Euro. And therefore, they are not part of this argument.
Oh,
I will tell you. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now who is better than Blue Oyster Cult, and I can listen to 10 times more than Blue Oyster Cult. As much as I do enjoy Blue Oyster Cult, by the way, don't get me wrong, I like them as a band. Dr. Hook.
Really?
Oh, amazing!
Season of the Witch is really good. I like that one. We're halfway to death. That's true.
I can't really think
of
any of their songs.
Is that the guy that It's a Gundam is always effing with? What's his name?
Oh, Dark Side Phil.
I think that's a dark side film.
Okay, well, what do you think about ELO?
Oh, they're great.
I like a lot of ELO actually. I think a lot of what ELO did was really really good. Twilight is fucking amazing.
Well, you
Twilight
think about Red Rider,
Come on, Tom Cochran and Red Rider, step the fuck back, bitches.
and he was
Are you
good
kidding?
solo too.
Let's explain something really quickly. In a bar fight, okay, in a bar fight of bands, you've got Tom Cochran and Red Rider, and then all the other bands we mentioned lying on the floor holding their broken noses, going, "What the fuck happened?" And Tom Cochran going, "That's the way it goes, eh? Fuck around and find out." And then that's it. And then they do Life is a Highway and they leave.
I think my
Lunatic
favorite one-
Fringe.
First off, Lunatic Fringe is awesome, but Low is good too.
Do you know any of the other stuff, the later stuff, Boy Inside the Man, things like that, Big League? No. So you don't know the really good stuff they did later. You just know the stuff that hit in America.
Right.
Take
Tom
care of
Cochran and Red Rider have some amazing fucking songs that never made radio in the States.
Well, it's kind of like a Men at Work.
In Australia?
Yes, you're absolutely right, George.
Australia, mate. They had the one song I'm trying to think of, and it never really hit until it was played on an episode of Scrubs.
I can't wait to sleep.
Yeah,
I think about the
Oh, that was a
implications.
great.
But that was
band,
Colin
great-
Hayes' acoustic version. That
Right,
they played
right.
there, not the version
Diving
of,
into deep and possibly.
Colin Hayes was an amazing musician.
Colin
Especially
Hayes
at
is
night.
Colin Hay is a fantastic. Listen, the Cargo, the album for Men at Work, right?
Yeah,
Cargo.
the second album.
Do you know what they did? You know what they did on that album that was so important that no one realizes? They made a decision to put all the stuff they thought was really good on side A and all the filler shit on side B, and their mentality was that way you'd never have to fucking flip the album over and be safe and not hear a bad song from them. What kind of band does that? Most bands think all their songs are fucking amazing and God's sunshine flies out of their assholes. These guys were aware enough to go, look, we got a half an album of really good stuff and then a bunch of shit we got to do to fill out the album.
Did they
Let's
put
just
out a
put that
third
on.
album?
I
Yeah.
think they did.
I think
Yeah.
they did.
Let me
Hey,
find out.
real quick, Holy Diver. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm overbooked with the Savage Sword. I'm running 2 Savage Sword games now. I might have to open up a third one because just too many people want to join in that. I'm actually surprised you weren't one of them because you're such a big Conan fan. I think you'd fit in perfectly. Go back
Yeah,
and
so
If
the
you look at Holy
19
Diver, he kind of looks
1981.
like the guy in the Conan the Barbarian movie that had the big hammer.
Oh yeah.
Little bit.
So they have 3 albums. They have Business as Usual from 81, Cargo from 83, and Two Hearts from 85.
Mhm.
And I don't know if there's any hits on Two Hearts. I don't know if anything.
The second
it's kind
album,
of like Billy Squire's career.
the second album had "It's a Mistake" on it, and I thought
Yes,
that
which
was
is
an amazing song.
It's a Mistake is a fantastic song. My favorite song by them though is Jesus Christ. I think it's off their first album. It's Be Good Johnny. Johnny Be Good.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Be
That's my
good,
favorite
be
song.
good, be good, be
Be
good.
good,
that
be
was
good, be
kind of
good.
annoying to me.
Yeah. Be Good Johnny. I fucking love that song.
Be good,
That song is so
Johnny.
good.
What you gonna
Nah.
do today, Johnny?
I'm
Nah.
kind of I'm kind of partial to everyone likes to play with words.
Or down at the beach, your knees in the
Oh.
wind,
Down by the sea.
down by the sea. That whole song's just about him banging his girlfriend down by the sea.
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right.
Overkill's very good. Overkill's a very
Yeah,
good song.
Overkill. That's
It's
the
a
name of
It's
the
a Mistake
song
is
that I was
awesome.
Thinking of. Yeah.
It's a Mistake is awesome. What's that? Who can it be knocking at my door?
Who can it be now?
Away. Who can it be now? Fucking love that song.
Yeah.
Such a good song.
That's what brought them. All their fame is based on that song and that MTV.
Down Under. All of their fame was based on Down Under.
You think so?
Oh
because
my
I
god,
wrote
that
that song.
song.
Yeah, but
That song went what fucking was like number 1 in like 8 countries?
right, but the first song that brought them to the public eye was "Who Can It Be Now." It was the first song on MTV, and then they started telling Men at Work, "We need more video."
No, but again, that was they were starting to get attention. They blew up with Down Under. Down Under was the one that people who weren't watching MTV or weren't locked in suddenly knew who Men at Work were because it was getting tons of airplay.
Well, because it was on rapid freaking repeat on MTV too.
Well, I didn't have. I
like
had
a
MTV on my uncle's satellite dish, so he would make me these 6-hour recorded on super slow speed tapes of MTV. He'd put it on before he'd go to bed, record a full VHS for me, and then give it to me, and I'd be like, "Ooh!" So I'd get to watch like
That's cool.
because the problem was the way he would record it. I'd get the 6 hours of the 8-hour loop first, and then the first 2 hours of it at the end. No, sorry, yeah, I'd get the first 4 hours would be like the second half of the 8-hour segment, and then I'd get the first 2 hours again for the last of the 6 hours on the tape. It was really weird, but I discovered a lot of really cool bands as a result of that because I would see like the shit they play as film.
Oh yeah, that's how I discovered Golden Earring.
Yeah. Wow.
Twilight Zone. I mean,
I discovered
watch
Golden
that
Earring because
video.
my cousin blew out the engine of my aunt's car. We were driving and Radar Love came on, and he just kept driving faster and faster and
That's a good
faster. And then he blew out the fucking transmission.
I remember Golden Earring because I think this song was called Twilight Zone.
Great
Yeah,
song.
but,
And they
matter of
played
fact-
it on our local rock station like all the time.
As a matter of fact, I didn't even use YouTube for 99% of my life until the channel, except to every once in a while go to YouTube to find that video, watch it, and then turn it off and go back to whatever I was doing.
I miss videos. I miss 80s videos for two reasons. One, the creativity and the weirdness of it all, because there was some of those early videos you were like, what the fuck's going on here?
Right.
And two, the sporadic, insanely hot, weird chick they would have in a video where you'd just be, hello, Beans. You'd just be like, who is that chick? Why is she so hot? What's going on in this
Right.
I
One
don't
of my
even like this
favorites-
band.
Who was that chick from Squeeze's Coffee in Bed? Oh my
don't know.
God. To this day. You
And
remember
of
what I'm
course,
talking
you
about?
had what's her name rolling all over
Tawny Katane on White Snake's car.
Yeah.
And then you got the girl who was Sister Christian in Sister Christian.
Right.
She was a smoke show. And then all the fucking girls in Jay Giles' Centerfold,
Yeah.
every single
Oh
one
my
of those
God.
girls was a smoke show.
Duran
need to go
Duran,
back-
Girls on Film.
Oh my God. The girl who played Rio and was in Hungry Like the Wolf. Holy fuck, Man,
Yeah.
that was the 80s.
Those are two bands I have to now get
Oh,
their entire collections on CD.
the fucking My Little Marie from Sexy and 17.
Don't remember that,
That
one.
rockabilly chick. Oh my
yeah.
Don't
fuck,
remember
was
that
she hot? Oh, Stray Cats. Come on, man. You remember the Stray Cats?
Stray Cats.
I
they were like
remember
so
them.
retro.
They were vaguely
Okay.
popular for about a minute in high
Go
school.
watch the Sexy and 17 video and see the girl that he's singing about, which is his girlfriend Marie, and you will be like, I get what the fuck Bear's talking about.
Gotcha.
You
Yeah,
need to turn off the
The
music.
one
You don't,
song
if you don't like
starts off with
rockabilly,
the
turn off the
badass
audio.
Stand-up bass line that
Oh.
yeah.
Fuck. Dude, rockabilly. That Stray Cats made me appreciate Elvis.
Really?
It's kind of
Where were
weird.
you before that?
Okay, I couldn't have given a fuck about Elvis because that was the music my mom and specifically one of my aunts was crazy about. My aunt Arlene was insanely crazy for Elvis. So I'm like, whatever. It's the 70s. I'm a kid. Elvis, he's this old fat guy. And then he died and everyone was crying like, whatever, fuck, I don't give a shit. And then in the 80s, early 80s, Stray Cats comes along. Rock This Town, Sexy and 17, Stray Cat Strut. And I'm like, this is really good music. And my dad's like, this is what Elvis was doing when he was a young man. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, here. He gave me some of my mom's records to listen to. So I listened to some of Elvis's early stuff.
Yeah.
And I could hear the rockabilly influence. And I'm like, I get how rockabilly grew out of this. I can see now how it came from
I actually grew up listening to only his gospel music. And what a voice.
Oh, no, amazing talent.
Like Bear, I grew up surrounded by older women, my grandma and whatever, that all absolutely loved Elvis. But unlike Bear, I liked him too.
Yeah,
Of course.
I don't know.
My grandma did have a statue, like a 3-foot tall character statue of Conway Twitty in her living room.
Hello,
And a
darling.
hand-drawn portrait
Nice
of
to
Lucy
see you.
Robbins on her
It's
wall.
been a long time. Conway Twitty's awesome, dude.
You're
Yeah, he
just lovely as you used to be. Yeah.
And George Jones. Oh,
He had this weird charisma.
it's hard to sing. By the way, Conway Twitty, because of the tenor, the temperature of his voice, and what register he was in, he's really hard to sing. Like, I've never heard anyone kill doing Conway Twitty at karaoke, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah, George Jones, or as my
George Jones
grandma
was
called him,
amazing.
No Show George,
No show George because he failed to show up for a concert. one night.
because he had always like, if you bought a ticket to see George Jones, you were rolling the dice. Because he might show up. He might be
How about-
just drunk somewhere in another state.
How about Freddie Fender? Do you guys listen to any Freddie Fender?
Of course.
Little, very, very
I
little.
love Freddie Fender. What do you mean? You're married to a Mexican. Come on, man. Get with the program.
Yeah, the music they listen to is older than that by about a century. It's insane.
Where they listen to like ranchero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Even my
is just
even my
Mexican
Colombianas
cowboy
listen to
music. I mean,
ranchero. Ranchero is like the music of Central and South America.
yeah, it's Mexican cowboy music. That's
Yep.
what it is.
Yep.
It's just like,
Well, the Three Amigos were kind of ranchero.
and
weren't
then
they?
the
That was
other
whole
thing
gag?
that they do is the freaking
I thought it was mariachi.
No,
well,
they
there's
weren't mariachi.
mariachi,
No, the Three
got
Amigos.
ranchero, and then you've got the polka music that they like so much.
Yeah.
And you could the Mexican. I mean, when I lived in the trailer park, there were a lot of Mexicans, and you could hear that tuba from like
And the accordion.
like you'd be sitting on front porch, and all of a sudden you hear bump, 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 bump,
Yeah.
bump, bump. Yee!
Now, do you guys remember the Svengy brothers from SCTV?
No.
No.
It was John Candy and I think Eugene Levy, and they were these polka guys, the Svengy brothers, and they had their big hit "Cabbage Rolls and Coffee." Good.
Oh dear God. So they spent all their extra time in the restroom.
They were the Svengy brothers were hilarious, man.
Meow. Yeah, stray cat. Stray cat. So I get my dinner from a garbage can.
Yep. I made a band for my channel, the Red Hot Rockabellas, and I fucking just went crazy with the music. Dude, some of the songs I made by them are just fucking insane. Love rockabilly.
I wonder if I could just make a character and give it to one of the players and name it the Flight-A-Mouse.
That's a little on the nose, and also from the Tick TV show.
Yeah,
cartoon.
I have a tick miniature to paint. Just
Oh.
hand it to somebody. Here you go. You're the tick.
I've got a tick pre-painted. I guess it's a miniature, but it wasn't for a game or anything. Way back in the day. Still in the package. I need to go find that. Actually, I need to finish my tick collection before it's impossible.
Hey, James, remember I was telling you about for my music channel, I was getting a crazy amount of views on one of the albums?
Yeah.
It's up to 11,000 views. It's
Nice.
insane.
Tell me what. I mean, before too long, that's just going to be YouTube. It's going to be
Yeah, but you know
Fox
what?
News and AI stories about humans deflowering aliens or some shit.
Well, okay, but here's
And
the
we
thing.
wonder
and
why
I'm-
they
I-
never come down to Earth.
And here's the thing, right? And I don't give a shit what people think about AI stuff because it's not AI, it's not artificial intelligence, it's just a fucking smart tool so everybody can calm the fuck down. But anyway, whatever. The point is, I have fun doing it. I put it up for me and for my players and people who participate in my world, and they're enjoying it and they're having fun. The fact that for some reason Brazilians, Ukrainians, Russians, and Chechenians are really into this album, I'm okay with that.
Well, look, right now, the Ukrainsky, the Russians, and even the Chechens, they need something to take their minds off their current situations.
Beautiful. Well, if the album Blackbird, made with artificial intelligence, music generating tools, and my fucking lyrics, are helping them feel better about life, mazel tov.
That's what I'm saying. Because there's Chechens in Ukraine right now
I believe it.
fighting for the Russians. And it's like, all of those boys, if they get a chance to chill out in a trench and they pop on the internet and they find your shit and they're like, this is good stuff right here, then I mean, more power to you and them.
Right.
I'm so tired. Like literally all the downvotes, and they're not many. Like really, I mean, for fuck's sake, this thing has. Hang on, let me tell
Are
you.
the downvotes because people were mad about the AI thing?
Oh yeah, it's got 331 likes and 7 downvotes. You know what I mean? And like I've deleted all. Anyone that comes in and goes fucking AI, I'm just like delete your comment. Fuck off. This is my house. Get out.
Stormtrooper
You know what I mean?
vlogs are amazing AI videos, but I prefer Bigfoot.
I've
It's
never
like
watched the
Bigfoot
Bigfoot
running around
stuff.
in the woods with like a freaking camera on one of those sticks, selfie sticks, and he's just talking shit. And then one time he eats some mushrooms and he gets really high, and he's just all like, "Whoa, dude! I've never seen these colors before," you know. And he's all like freaking out.
Huh.
It's pretty funny. I mean, you know, I don't know who came up with it, but every now and then he's like, you know, you can't be alone. You gotta have your bros, right? So he gets Yeti to hang out with him, and then they run around the woods just doing stupid shit nonstop.
Nice.
And it's just such meaningless, random, childish humor that it makes you feel good, you know?
Oh, I mean, good for the guy. And if he's making money doing it, good for him too. Twice. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
good for
fuck.
him too.
I am so fucking sick and tired of fucking gatekeepers in every aspect of my world. Literally, AI does not steal money from musicians. The fucking music industry steals money from musicians.
And always has. I mean, why you think Marvin Gaye died broke as shit? I mean, how many hits that guy had? He had a lot of hits, died broke.
Yep.
Didn't he get shot by his own dad?
Yep.
I mean, so there was something fucked up going on. And the Three Stooges, the Fine Brothers, and what the other one was, they were basically penniless paupers when it was over, because they're getting paid like $20 a day.
The music industry is the living definition of Satanism on this fucking planet.
They eat people up. They eat
The only
people
one-
up
the only-
and
listen.
throw them away.
The only other one that's on par evil, and people go, oh, the film industry. No, modeling. That's the only other one that's on par that level of evil that the fucking music industry is on.
You know what, Bruce? You're right, but the problem is you've got very wise, tricksy men in charge of the industry, and they get their hands on some 17-year-old garage band, and they tell him, "Oh, it's going." I mean, just listen to the "Sellout" song by the Real Big Fish. They tell you what it is.
Yeah.
The record company is going to get me lots of money, and everything's going to be all right. Da-da-da. But it ain't all right. The Red Hot Chili Pepper, or no, Real Big Fish, I think, are waiters at our local like Red Lobster now. And I seen them like 7 times in concert when they were popular. It's like Cake. Cake had so many #1 hits, you hardly ever even hear about them now.
Sheep go to heaven, goats go to hell. But anyway, listen.
My favorite is Never There.
The point is, and the point being, is that they're evil and they have an entire legions of fucking lawyers. They then basically
evil by nature.
They create financial traps for the band as well. That's the other big thing they love to do, is where basically we're going to pay you $25 million for this album, but it's against your next album's sales, so it's actually a loan. So as long as your next album does really well, you're going to make money. So then when they all caved into the streaming industry, why do you think concert tickets went from $40 to $400 overnight?
Well,
Because
there's
no more album sales. There's no more album sales, guys. Album sales have dried up. The way they used to make money was do the tour to promote the album and sell their albums, right? Now they only make money off the tours.
That's what I was going to say. I learned that from Metallica, watching them.
Fuck Metallica.
I mean, back in the day when they were angry, they were cool. But they said that they didn't make a nickel off of any CD anyone bought. The only money they actually made was what they made as their cut from a tour.
Yep.
Because that was just the way their contract was, man.
There's a really good video where basically it explains how Ticketmaster warned Taylor Swift not to do what she was going to do, which was make those like low, cheap seats at her concert for the floor. And they said, don't do it. This is just going to fuel the scalper industry. You're not going to make the money you think you're going to make, and it's going to make it that your fans that you're trying to help can't actually see the fucking show, right? And boom, she didn't. She knew better. Taylor Swift was smarter than everybody who warned her, and the same thing happened. Those $100 seats that she put on the floor were suddenly being sold on because the scalpers have systems set up to buy all the tickets as soon as they go on sale, right? And then they just went out and were selling them for $500, $600, $1,000. You know, $500, $600, $1,000 for what were supposed to be $100 tickets for her fans, and they made billions. Literally, the guy in the video does this amazing job about how he breaks down how much money scalpers make, and they're literally making billions on this shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, here's the problem. If all musicians were as smart as the guy from Queen, the one who's a fucking astronomer or whatever, they'd make better decisions. But most fucking musicians are not smart. Let's just be honest. They're not well educated. They're not, they're not well read. They're just, I love my guitar, drugs, and pussy, and that's it. That's their life. So they get fucked. Yeah, Jewel was amazing. Jewel was so smart. Like, she was a smart fucking girl, which is why she got fucked over in the end and is now nobody, right? At the end of the day, really.
Another brilliant musician, but from way back, is Dolly Parton. She was so hardcore about her contracts and who owned her songs.
Oh, yeah, no, Dolly was a smart lady.
That, nobody could screw her over. And now somehow Dollywood's the number one rated attraction in America.
Number one theme park in America is Dollywood.
Yeah. Well, no one can go to Disney, though, because it's like $100 and something bucks per ticket.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sorry, but most like blue collar working guys, I mean, they got mortgages or rent or.
Well, Disneyland doesn't really want Americans going to Disneyland.
Yeah. And Bruce, my music channel
afford
isn't monetized. Bruce, my music channel is only got 300 subs. It's not monetized. What's that?
That is a not really well highlighted green lantern, but
Oh yeah. Which chick? There's a bunch of them.
I don't know.
Again, kitten
Don't ask me
versus
this
bear.
shit. I mean, I like Solomon Grundy. How about that?
Yeah, that's nice.
Hershey is great in PA. I bet it would be, and I love Colonial Williamsburg. I really do.
I've been there.
Yeah, I like just going there and hearing about all the history and how it was in like 1600 whatever, and they tell you, if you go there during Halloween, they tell you some weird ass shit too, like how they used to like how they took William Teach's head and made a punch bowl out of his skull, and then at the Admiral's Arms or whatever it's called, the big tavern in Williamsburg, like Jefferson and all of that crew used to meet there, and they would drink punch out of Blackbeard the pirate's skull.
Yeah, I was gonna say William Teach. It's Blackbird, isn't it? Beard, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they killed him. They tied him to a post in front of the river leading into Williamsburg. Then they took him off the post and paraded him through town. And then after they did that, they beheaded him. And then, as the legend goes, his head was turned into a punch bowl, like the skull was. And then that went missing. But they know it happened. They just don't know where it is. And, of course, all of our founding fathers were members of crazy secret organizations and shit. So who knows? I mean, there are tunnels all under Williamsburg connecting all the big houses together. Like if you go to the White Mansion, which is the guy who apprenticed Thomas Jefferson to be a lawyer, there are secret tunnels and shit under that house that lead to other mansions and stuff. I mean, so
Crazy.
history is wild, dude. It really is. It's
Lobo?
yeah, the main man. You bastitches. I even got his eyes red because Lobo's got red eyes.
Yeah, sadly that looks less like Lobo and more like Rob Zombie.
You know, I think they started basing Lobo on Rob Zombie at some point. like the artists, I think they like when they saw More Human Than Human or some shit, they're like, yeah, that's Lobo. Let's just put some big freaking put some big muscles on Rob Zombie. He can be Lobo.
There's a channel I watch called Stitch Together, and he does horror movie reviews. And the guy who does it, he plays guitar, and he'll have every time he does a Rob Zombie film, he'll dress up like Rob Zombie and pretend Rob Zombie's sneaking into his house, and then he does this impersonation. It just makes no sense. It's like, yeah, that sounds like
Rob Zombie movies are kind of hit or miss.
I've never liked any of them.
It's like,
I don't even know if I've seen one, to be honest.
Hillbilly.
Well, I mean, there was the one where it was like Nazi werewolves from hell or some shit like that. And Rob Zombie's girlfriend played one of the Nazi werewolves or something.
I am so fucking sick of her.
So you feel about her the way I do about Zendaya and Pablo Pascal.
No, I feel the same about them as well.
It's like looking at
her specifically, Sherry Moon Zombie. It's like, listen, lady, if you're gonna be showing your ass all the time, just do full fucking nudity and get it over with. Now that she's in her fucking 40s and she's lost all her looks, now she does full nudity in his movies. Well, I don't want to see grandma anymore.
Yeah,
when she was a young hot stripper chick. That's when you wanted to see her.
Did he do Dr. Satan? Probably.
Dr. Satan was part of House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, so
then there was the sequel. What was the sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses called?
Thank you.
Well, there was what was it called? The Devil's Own or something?
Devil's Rejects. Devil's Rejects was that.
Okay, I saw that.
And then the third one was where they come back from hell, which is like whatever, fuck. Like he is single-handedly almost responsible for making everybody think Southerners are dirty fucking psychopaths. You know what I mean?
Who are?
Rob Zombie. Southerners.
Oh,
Appalachians,
Did you say Guar?
No.
No, I thought Shadow did, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Guar isn't from the South.
He said, who are?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be like space aliens on the level of Cthulhu. They show up and play metal and then splash the whole audience in blood and then leave. They're weird.
I saw them in the 90s. We got sprayed by a giant penis with legs.
Yep. That sounds like Guar. They just doing their thing.
It just showed up there.
What is it?
Marvel Superheroes.
Oh, good for you,
I
man.
got peed on, in theory, by Till Lindemann.
Who's that?
The lead singer of Rammstein.
Oh, that's
Except
nice.
it was a fake penis, but he literally unzipped his pants and pulled a fake penis out. And he had a hose running down his pants, like to the water supply. So he's just peeing all over. And of course, it was just like, really? And then later he lit himself on fire and sang a whole song while he was burning on stage. Which,
must have been a hell of a show. It reminds me of the. You guys ever read Mad Magazine?
Yeah.
There was a back in our day. Wow, this guy's done a lot of bubble wrap. There was not the lighter side of, but an article on punk. Punk rock back in the day, highlighting the spitting and the things like that.
Yeah, most people get that wrong, George. Du hast mich. They think it means you hate me, but it doesn't. In that connotation, in German, that means you have me.
Yeah, du hast mich.
And that's why there's the whole thing where it's basically the wedding vows, and his response is 9. Will you take her and never? And he's like 9. It's actually all about relationships, believe it or not. And that's also why in the video they blow up the woman.
That's an amazing shape.
Yeah, it's unpunched, the whole bit.
How much did that set you back?
$1.
That's all?
$100.
Yeah, that's all? Fuck.
Like
dude,
a
like
Steel.
usually a really nice, like a yard.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. Usually a set in that condition is going for $2.5 bills.
Oh wow, this book is in perfect.
Fuck you. I hate you. You got a copy of Chill. You got a better copy of that than I have. Whatever. I'm tired of your shit. Fucking Californians.
It has nothing to do with being a Californian.
Shut up, you fucking blue oyster cult loving gay porn making hippie.
Staples are shiny and silver.
Yeah, the
It
bullets
is
I put
true
in you
though
are going to be
that
shiny.
there's never anything wrong with anyone not from California hating on California though.
Thank you.
I hate California.
California literally is where the devil lives. That's what the guys who wrote Hotel California.
Silver Surfer, Hawkeye, Phoenix. Some of my favorite
that's what they were
characters.
saying. That's the whole point of that song, actually. Like when the guy says, "Bring me my wine," and they say, "We haven't had that spirit since 1969." 1969 is when Anton LaVey made it against the rules for Satanists to drink wine. So that song's actually, pretty wild.
Yeah, another one of my absolute favorite bands, but not the songs that they play on the radio.
The Eagles, they were the backup band for Bonnie Raitt for like years.
Yeah.
Bonnie Raitt, however you say it.
Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah. Let's give them something to talk about. And meanwhile, Glenn Fry and the rest of them are in the background in the studio. I mean, And eventually they're like, I'm sick of this shit. Let's make our own music. And they're like, yeah.
Big fan of.
They weren't with her for very long if they did that, because she only started in like the early 70s, and the Eagles were when? Early 70s, mid 70s?
Yeah, like 72, 74 maybe?
So they put up with her. No, 71. They formed in 71. So that means they put up with her shit for about 6 months before they broke out and did their own thing. 72, their debut studio album. 72 is when their first album came out.
What'd you guys think of? What'd you guys think of Jackson Browne?
Love Jackson Browne.
Okay.
All my life, you're a friend of mine. Come on, man. Jackson Browne's awesome.
Yeah, he was.
The fact that he wrote Somebody's Baby about, Daryl Hannah and then fuck Daryl Hannah. The guy's a fucking hero.
I'm not a big Blonde fan, but I get it.
Listen, you're allowed to be wrong on many things, Shadow, and you are.
You know what's cool about Daryl Hannah? She's like 6 foot tall.
Yep.
I don't consider that a cool thing.
Yeah, that's because you're 5
That's
foot.
why
nothing.
you married a Mexicana.
You want to feel like the big man around the house, huh?
I'm 5'10".
Dude, I used to bounce at a club.
Your wife is rolling around. She's like 4.5 foot tall.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish.
So, dude, when I used to bounce at the club in Vancouver that had Latin nights, we get all the Mexican ESL students in. The first thing I realized about Mexican men, they make Chinese women look tall.
Yeah. You see them here too.
Once they come across the border, all of the relatives I have that are Mexican or first generation Americans are huge in comparison.
Yeah, it's because they eat American food.
Right? It's
American
not
food is like pumped full of growth hormones.
Well, yeah, and it's not the same exact 3 things every single fucking
Mexican
meal.
Americans got names like Pedro and Pancho and something else, but got a brother-in-law named Jeff.
Yep.
Cheech and Chong.
Yep.
Mexican. And then Chong's like, hey, man, I wrote a song too. You want to hear it? Yeah, man. He starts jamming. Beaner. Like,
yep. Well, I was listening to your song, man. What? I got inspired. I added some to it. Like, all right. Mexican Americans love their nanas and their nonos and their ninas and their nimos. Nanu.
Yeah. Cheech and Chong are great. And I never even smoked weed. And I still loved them, You ever
want to see? You ever see a really good one? Cheech and Chong's Delirious. It's a movie that's sort of half documentary, half real, and the real part, well, or half fake. It's basically them in Amsterdam, and it's them doing shit around Amsterdam that's in character, cut in with their live stage show they did at Amsterdam. It's fucking amazing, man. It's such a good movie.
Yeah, I loved when they interviewed Chong, and Tommy Chong was like, "I'll tell you one thing, man. Don't ever lend your Mexican out to whoever it was, because he'll never give him back." Because when Chong or Cheech had went and got on the show with like Glenn Fry or whoever the hell it was, and they like played detectives or cops or whatever.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Miami Vice, was it?
Whatever it was, Chong was all like, "Don't lend him your Mexican, man. He won't give him back." Like, so funny.
That's so fucking funny.
Oh, I love the one where they have to go down to Tijuana and bring the truck back. I think that's the one with Officer Stadinko.
Officer
They go in and
Sudenko's in the
there's
first one, though.
contest, and like they don't know what to do, but then the weed hits them, and the next thing you know, they play "Earache My Eye." You know, like Cheech just start, and like the horn guys are all dressed up like mariachis and shit.
Oh, Nash! You're thinking of Nash Bridges. That was the show.
Nash Bridges, yeah.
Yeah, with Don Johnson.
Yeah, apparently Don Johnson.
It was close. That was close.
Yeah, Don Johnson stole Cheech Marin from Tommy Chong. Tommy Chong was not happy about it. But they made up in the end. I mean, you know. But dun 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 dun.
I'm not coming to tell me how to live. But I don't listen to her because my head is like a sieve.
Mariachi suits playing on.
Yep.
That shit was great. I wear my sister's clothes and my mom thinks I'm cool. Yeah. I got kicked off the basketball team for wearing high heel sneakers and acting like a queen.
Yep.
I'm so bloody rich. He's like just going off, man. Oh man. You had the one chick. I swear I knew that chick in real life. Or at least her clone, the one's like, "You need Quaaludes?" You know, the one that's so out of it, and she's just like, "Hey man, I got reds and blues and poppers."
Wasn't that Dale Bosio from Missing Persons?
Dale
I'm just
Bosio.
saying, I knew that girl like in the 80s.
Yeah, we all knew a Dale Bosio in the 80s.
Yeah, you know, she had.
I think James married one, right?
No.
I'm just fucking with you.
Sorry, I said delirious, and that's my mistake.
But they
It's
were
still
not
smoking.
like her. They were just whores.
Yes.
And
James,
I
Is there really any distinction?
multiple times, which means she may not know that we dated multiple times. She might think I was a different person every time.
Oh God, I knew a chick like that.
Well,
Oh,
she's
my
on a
God.
lot of lithium.
Yeah, this
Lithium
chick
is
was
no longer available on credit.
And then they took her off. Basically, she was on lithium, but she liked to self-medicate with tequila. So, you know, it was what it was.
What could go wrong with that?
It was what it was, you know. It was like sometimes she was on, sometimes she was sweet and sometimes she was a little different.
Devil.
No, she's never mean. It was just sometimes she was like Susie Housemaker, the perfect girlfriend. And other times she was kind of like this slutty chick that would like turn you out and try to give you a heart attack.
Well, all I have to say is walking in LA, nobody walks in LA.
So
I
that was
think
kind
what
of
you're
her.
looking for,
song.
George, is ambivalent.
No, it's a song. He's
Walking in
referring to
LA?
a missing person songs that
Oh.
Dale Bosio's been. Man, I swear to God, for an old fucker from California, you know nothing about California. Oh yeah, right, Blue Oyster Cult. Never mind.
Is Blue
Which is
Oyster Cult
weird-
from California?
which is
I
weird
thought they
because-
were from New Jersey or something.
Yeah,
They
my
are.
favorite band and my favorite singer, Billy Joel, growing up, were New Yorkers, and my favorite baseball team was the Yankees. So
Come on, Virginia, don't make me wait. You Catholic girls stop much too late.
have you ever heard his song
Sooner
Miami
or
2017?
later, it comes down to fate.
I might as well be the one.
Have you guys ever heard his
Exactly.
song Miami 2017?
No.
You should listen to it. It was incredibly prophetic. What he predicted way back then on his Turnstiles album, I think it was, to what would happen to the United States. Crazy. Just
I don't know anything about that, but I know
Yeah.
a bottle of red, a bottle of white. You know,
Yeah.
scenes from
Ah,
inside.
it all depends upon your appetite.
that's a good album.
Yeah.
I'll meet you anytime
Stranger?
you want in your Italian restaurant. Yeah.
And he too, unfortunately, lost his ever loving damn mind.
Well, it happens.
Well, it's what happens to boomers. So you should be due any minute there, buddy.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Gen X, and you know that.
You're not Gen X. You're a fucking boomer. We know you're a
67.
boomer. That's
67.
boomer, baby. Boomer.
No.
I know. You're 2 years into Gen X,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
means
yeah.
you're almost boomer.
Yeah.
Boomer adjacent.
You're boomer. Exactly. Exactly.
I can live with that.
But
Not really anything I can do about it, right? We're gonna lie about my age.
yeah,
Half
every
you already,
time
half you already think I'm half of you already think I'm, thousands of years old, if only.
No one really thinks you're thousands of years old,
No, I know.
obviously.
It's funny.
We just say
every
you look
time
old.
you might be right comes on the radio when me and my wife are driving somewhere. I always sing that shit to her.
You may be right.
that was
I
the
may
first
be
album of his I bought.
crazy.
That was a great album. There wasn't a single song on that album that wasn't awesome. Even if some of them were really incredibly depressing, they were still really poignant, at least.
What is my favorite Billy Joel song? For the longest time, I
Yeah, of
fucking
course.
adore that song.
I mean, that's
Um,
like a kickback to Jersey Boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Still,
Still
rock
rock
and
and
roll.
roll. Ah,
That's
Jinx,
a
give
good
me a
one.
Coke.
Fuck you.
Hey,
rock and
only
roll
only
is
the good
like
guy,
Elvis
young and
Costello.
nice. Oh my god, what is that fucking song? Always a woman
Stiletto?
to me. Always a woman to me.
Always a woman.
Oh,
that's a no-brainer kind of. I mean, who amongst us didn't use that song to smooth things over with a woman? You know, mixtape, right? But some of his
Fine now.
some of
Goodbye
his-
Saigon. Goodbye Saigon's a fucking
Yeah,
amazing
Goodbye,
song.
Saigon.
52nd Street was full of amazing.
The best song though.
Oh, Captain Jack, the one everyone thought was about masturbation, but was about his local fucking drug dealer.
Yeah. Captain Jack was the name of a drug similar to.
No, there was
what?
a guy. There was a guy in his town when he was a kid who was named. They called him Captain Jack, and he sold you drugs. So he
There
wrote a
was
song
also-
called Captain. That came after the song. People
You think
use
so?
the term to apply. Yeah, for sure, man.
Okay.
But everybody thought it was about. Everyone thought the song was about masturbation. That was the worst part.
Well, because it said that in the song.
But that's the point. He
Right.
says it in the song, so why would he make an allusion to it in a song where he's
Right,
saying
right.
it?
Well,
Yeah,
you
amazing
guys, neither of you
What
mentioned
was it?
Allentown.
Allentown is amazing. Under Pressure is amazing.
My Life?
Or, sorry, Pressure is amazing.
Pressure.
My Life.
No, Under Pressure.
My Life.
To live with pressure. Yeah, Pressure is amazing. My Life is a great song. Look, right up until he starts fucking Brinkley.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
And then he goes after Uptown Girl. Maybe that album was his last good album.
The famous last words.
Yeah, there you go.
Uptown Girl was good though.
And what's that song where he's singing about suicide and it's all upbeat?
You should know this.
The video where he catches the kid on the bridge and he's singing to him not to kill himself. Fuck, what is that song?
It's not ringing a bell.
Hang on, it will once I say the name. You'd be like, oh yeah, that one. Billy Joel song about suicide. You're Only Human, Second Wind. There you go.
I don't recognize that song.
It's off Greatest Hits. He put it on his 85 Greatest Hits album.
Really?
It's a very good song. It's probably his last good song. We Didn't Start the Fire was okay.
Los Angelinos.
Don't know
That
that
song
one.
was awesome.
Don't know it.
You don't know it? Really?
No. You know what I'm surprised more people don't know, speaking of Los Angelinos? Jane's Addiction.
James Taylor?
Jane's Addiction.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, when I was younger, they were so big.
90s, man.
Yeah, like Coming Down the Mountain.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Still in.
No,
No,
that's-
that shit.
Coming Down the Mountain, you're thinking of Butthole
In
Surfers,
Excess.
isn't it?
No, coming down the mountain.
Oh,
okay.
I was
Okay.
thinking Falling Down the Mountain.
And I saw you there. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Addiction. But
Yeah,
then
that one
also
is, yeah.
Ben Cut Silver. When I yeah, you know, like in one concert they had like Navarro, they had Flea. Like they did this whole concert and it had all these people from all these other bands playing with them, and they were doing all their stuff. So New York
My
State
girl's
Line,
one,
yeah.
She's gonna get a skirt. She put it under her shirt. Grab the razor for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never a fan
And
of
she
them.
Did it just like that.
when you want something, but you don't want to pay for it.
We walk right through the door. Exactly, man. But okay, just to make a little bridge here with poor Shadow. Shadow, what do you think my favorite Presidents of the United States of America song is?
Your favorite what?
Presidents of the United States of America.
Oh, God, I couldn't even name one of their songs.
I can only think of two of their songs:
Really?
Peaches and Lump.
Yeah. There's another one. California Sucks, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Jonathan Colton has a similar titled song. You guys know who he is?
And of course, Tool did the song "Learn to Swim," and that whole song is about California sinking into the ocean and how they hope it will. Learn to swim. Learn to swim.
Allentown was a good song.
Yep.
Again, before he lost his fucking mind.
So I don't know. Apparently, Maynard's ketamine demons told him to hate California because he did. So there you go.
You know, up until 1989,
It's not California Sucks. It's fuck California.
Yeah.
I agree with that sentiment. It has turned into the laughing stock, literally.
No, they're going to try and make Gavin Newsom president. That's their bold move they're setting up.
Yeah, that's gonna go over like a friggin'.
To quote one of my favorite movies, that's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out for them.
Yeah.
Randy Newman.
The current Democrat dream ticket they're talking about is Newman and Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like, how do we make, and that's going to be versus J.D. Vance is the prediction, right? So how do we make more states red? Run those two cunts. You know what I mean?
It's either going to be J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio or both.
Oh, yeah. Vance
in some combination. Because
I love watching Rubio on, like, when he gets interviewed on TV. I fucking love him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody used to make fun of him and call him Little Marco. And now all of a sudden he's coming out swinging about shit, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Randy Newman.
Yeah.
Isn't Randy Newman the guy that did like all of the "You Got a Friend in Me"?
Yes, he did all of that. Yes.
Short People was his first big hit that I remember.
Yeah.
And now he would be freaking, lambasted and crucified if he, popped his head out trying to sing that song.
Yet Gillette's short dick man can still fucking get airplay, eh?
Whereas the Newman I'm thinking of is the guy that did Cars.
Oh, Gary Newman.
Gary Newman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That was an interesting character.
Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can lock all the doors. It's the only way to live in cars. We used to dance our asses off to that.
That was like damn near the 80s in a single song.
Yeah, exactly. That Bauhaus, fuck, what else? New Order. We would lose our minds to this shit.
New Order, Sisters of Mercy.
Boingo Boingo.
See, Oingo Boingo never hit in Canada until they
Really?
did like weird science.
You had
They never-
Sisters of Mercy, and then you had like no, I think it was Sisters of Mercy. Joy Division.
Joy Division.
She's
The
in the
most
parties.
depressing fucking song. Really, the singer of that song went on to kill himself. You say, I am so shocked, but I'm
Right.
often also shocked that what's his name from the Smiths didn't. Fucking Morrissey. I'm like, how the fuck is Morrissey not on that list? Of people who just went
As a
fuck
matter
it.
of fact, Morrissey's doing well.
Yes,
As a matter of fact,
very well.
Aldo
People in
Nova, no
England-
shit.
like the
Aldo
liberals
Nova is
in
Canadian,
England
boys.
Morrissey, because he made comments about walking through his old neighborhood in London and not recognizing it. So they all started calling him a racist. It's like-
Aldo Nova is from the city I am currently in, Montreal.
so he's all like,
He also was a guest guitarist on the Revolution by Night Blush Gold album.
Life is just a
Morrissey.
fantasy.
it's just a coastal town that they forgot to shut down. You're right. Every day is like
There's Greg Kinbana, Canadian.
No, Greg Kint's American.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't ride them like that anymore.
Oh, I love that
Exactly.
song.
That song's
The breakup
pretty-
song.
The
Yep.
breakup song, and those parts where he goes, He's. I remember seeing an interview with him in like 82, 83 talking about it, and he's like, I literally wanted to put lyrics but couldn't think of any, so I just did that. It's like,
That's
fucking
how
brilliant.
That's how that always, that's the backstory between all that, which I'm really not a big fan of when the singer, just makes up shit or uses nonsensical words. I'm like, just stop.
Und abgeben, Glauten, Globen. Come on, man. Nonsensical words have
Oh,
their
even
place.
better. My,
That one was okay. That one was okay. It was kind of in the height of the.
Maya he, Maya who. I
know
can
that
sing
one?
that. By the way, I can sing that in Romanian, and I've had Romanians go, "Fuck, you do that really well." And I'm like, "Well, thank
Yeah,
you."
Ozone.
Yep, I was taught by a Romanian girl I worked with how to pronounce everything properly.
Yeah. Hello.
Wasn't that the
Hello?
height of the
Salut.
backmasking?
Sunt eu un haiduc,
Yeah.
pero iubira mea primește fericirea. It's like so cool. I
Hello.
love that song. Actually, but they're not Romanian; they're Moldavian. That's so weird. Saga on the Loose, man. Saga on the Loose is one of those fucking songs
Yeah, that's a
that
good
make
one.
you go, why was Saga not a bigger Canadian? Why were they not a bigger fucking
Right?
band than they were? Because April Wine,
Because-
same thing. April Wine. Why were they not bigger than they were?
Triumph. Same
Try-
thing.
Same thing. Fuck. There's so
Well,
many
I would-
great
I would-
Canadian rockers.
I
that
would
should have
rather
been
listen
way
to Triumph than Rush's greatest hits.
bigger. Rush is pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know, yeah, but see, maybe it's just because I'm burnt out on them. I grew up, in the several bands that I was in. At least one of them that was like the general consensus of the apogee of music for the guys involved, and so I heard it, between AC/DC and Rush, they're two bands I can, if I never hear them again, I'll be fine. But every once in a while, there'll be like one song I want to hear.
There's a guy on YouTube. I can't remember what his channel is, but he has this thing where it's like, I ruined that for you. And he does this thing like what every AC/DC song sounds like to people who hate AC/DC. And it's so
man,
funny. It's
he
so
did
funny.
one about Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes.
And it
I
is hilarious.
fucking hate the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And
We
it's
get it.
dead
We
on,
love Cali-
too. Dead on.
Yeah.
I was never a
Yeah.
fan of them, so
You love California. We get it, guys. Okay, stop fucking singing about it there, Andy. Jesus
It's like-
Christ.
Did some heroin, and I love California. It's like,
yeah. See, William, I despise scat music. There's very few kinds of music that I don't like. That's at the top of the list.
Yet he's a big fan of scat films. So that works out for him.
I walked right into
is he
that.
Deutsch?
Right
Yeah.
into it. I stepped right into
No.
No. Mel Torme needs to go straight to hell and never ever get out.
What about Scatman Crothers, though? Scatman Crothers?
He was cool, but only because he gave us freaking Hong Kong Phooey.
Well, I mean, how about Cab Calloway?
Eh,
Howdy, ho. Yeah, man, for sure.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, but my mom.
I hate to say it, but to me, he always sounded like he just got off the short bus, took off his helmet, and someone handed him a microphone.
Cab Calloway?
Yeah.
My mom had a very
cult-loving
eclectic
prick.
musical taste, so I grew up listening to Lead Belly and Robert Johnson, and
That's
so
fair.
like in the pines where the sun don't ever shine, I shiver, because my mom liked the blues for some reason.
We
So
listened
like
to a
John
lot of
Lee Hooker or whatever the hell his name is.
Fats Domino, and it was like Fats Domino, Neil Diamond, John Denver, and a whole bunch of folk music that I can't even name the band.
George, we can't do a Canadians to Rock stream because it's called YouTube copyright strikes. Why do you think I've made over 600 of my own songs using Suno so I can play them on YouTube without getting fucking copyright strikes? And some pricks in Europe tried to copyright strike one of my songs.
And
That
we
was
already know
fucking
who the
hilarious.
best Canadian rocker is. Bryan Adams, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run to you.
You can go fucking. He has two amazing songs. He has Cuts Like a Knife, which is amazing, and Summer of '69, which is pretty fucking groovy.
Yeah, but
all right.
I submit the Guess Who is better.
Okay.
Guess Who was pretty good, yeah. Yeah, are they the ones that did 8 Miles High? No, that was, I think, the Yardbirds.
Yeah, 8 Miles High is the Yardbirds, yeah.
Yeah, which they're talking about like a nuclear warhead coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
also that line was also referenced in American Pie for the same reason.
Yeah, 8 miles high away.
But yeah, there's a lot of really good Canadian rockers for sure, but Bryan Adams, no.
I'm sorry, but I like him.
Yeah, well, everything. Okay, you remember the fucking terror and the tyranny of Everything I Do It For You in the 90s and 94?
Yes, I do.
Remember that? Remember weeks upon weeks of that fucking song being in first place and therefore
and there's no love like your love. Yeah. That was like the Robin Hood song, right?
Yes, it was.
Oh, I fucking hate that
It had
song.
Christian Slater in it.
Mm-hmm. The only good thing about that movie was Alan Rickman as the sheriff from Nottingham.
Yeah. I'll rip his heart out with a spoon. Why a spoon, cousin? Because it'll hurt more, you twit.
It'll take longer and hurt more. You, my room, 10 o'clock. You, 10:30. Bring a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, good movie.
Mama let them play. I'm thinking more like Mama told me not to come.
Mama told me not to come. That cigarette you're smoking, it scared me half to death.
Open up the window, sucker. Let me catch
my breath. I can tell my brother by the flowers in his eyes on the road to Shambhala. That's a fucking song.
That wasn't that Three Dog Night?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Who was the number one hit on The Day I Was Born?
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. It was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be bullfrog, eh?
Yeah.
Originally,
but they never mentioned that he's a bullfrog anymore.
Well, they write this when they wrote the song. It was Jeremiah was a prophet, and the A&R guys were like, "That will not get radio play. Change that shit." So they went, "All right,
there
fuck
was
you,
Jeremiah.
He's a bullfrog. Then how you like them fucking apples?" And
I mean, Jeremiah was a prophet, though.
Yes, it's James. Jesus, no one's here having a liturgical debate. It's the point that they were forced to change the lyric because of radio standards.
So they just removed prophet and bull.
And basically, they put bullfrog so they could go fuck you. That's why they chose
Basically,
bullfrog.
sounds like
because
it.
it's so absurd, right? Like, you're not going to say prophet. Fine, bullfrog. Hey, I like them apples. Huge hit, massive hit.
Of course it is. Because as soon as you hear the lead singer belt out Jeremiah was a bullfrog, he's got you.
Yeah,
Because now
like,
you're
wow,
like,
I want to
wait,
hear
what?
more.
Yeah, I want to know about this bullfrog and his wine. What's going on here?
So you know where they got their name, right? Three Dog Night was one of the guys.
Is it-
His girlfriend was in Up in Smoke, the girl who snorts the Ajax, right?
Oh
In that
my
scene.
God.
She turned him on to an article about Aboriginal tribesmen from Australia, referring to when it was so cold,
Yeah.
they'd call it a 3-dog night because you had to have 3 dogs sleep in the blanket with you, right?
Yeah.
And they thought that was great, and that was where the band name came from, which is kind of fucking cool.
it was weird because I thought it
That's
was
really
a
cool.
Canadian thing because that made more sense
No,
to me.
it's Aboriginal. It's from the Aussies. It's from the Abos in Australia.
Apparently, if
I
you're
never
in southern
picture Australia as
it's very
a
cold.
cold place.
So, as a man who lives in a fucking desert, do you not understand how deserts work at night?
Yeah, I do. I just never thought of it that way.
So
because
the
it's
mentality
never-
was, if it was a chilly night, you had 1 dog sleeping with you. If it was a cold night, you had 2 dogs. If it was fucking freezing, 3
Yeah,
dogs.
I totally get that part. Having owned dogs all my life, but Australia isn't really. They don't really talk about.
Southern
The-
Australia.
The
is cold
man
like shit.
from Snowy River.
Never seen it.
The most famous Australian Western story concept.
Tasmania also gets cold. Very cold.
They're in the. They just don't ever treat Australia solely as the Gold Coast. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, people think Australia, they think Sydney. And they don't
Yeah.
think past that.
Even the friend of the family who was from Australia never talked about anything like that. It was just
Amen, Coco.
They get
A
fucking
fucking
nice
men.
shit down there.
Coco, we were talking about Tom Cochran and Red Rider earlier. You missed it, bro.
Oh yeah. 3 Dingo Night.
Yeah.
Tom
Dingo ate
Cochran
your
over
back.
Bryan Adams. Oh man, Coco. Now you gotta make me readjust my whole life.
You got to check, man. Lunatic Fringe. Yes. All those great songs. Go listen to Boy Inside the Man, dude. I'm serious. Just fucking Google it. Go to YouTube. It's available. James, if you listen to Boy Inside the Man and you go, not into this, I'll respect your choice for
Yeah, but I
for
like
Bryan
it.
Adams.
I mean, I like everything else they do.
Well, that song is probably my favorite fucking song by Red Rider. And Tom
I mean, as
Cochran.
soon as you hear that first line and you that dun, that
Dun, dun,
lunatic
dun, dun, dun.
fringe,
Yep.
I know you're out there. You're in hiding.
So Boy Inside the Man is a Red Rider song, and it's from late 80s, early 90s. It's fucking insanely good.
Whoa.
Dude, oh my god, I gotta listen to it now. Now I gotta listen to it. I'm like just thinking about it. I'm in my head, the lyrics are running. I'm like, I need to listen to this.
Yeah. They
What am I
might
gonna do?
several Australian chickens
Send me a link, Bear.
because I forget what they call the southern side of Australia, but it's not that far from freaking Antarctica.
There you
Right.
go, guys. I threw it in the private chat here. James, if you want to share it with everybody in the chat, go listen to this song. It'll blow your fucking minds how good it is. Or maybe I'm overselling it and you're gonna go, hey, it's all right, whatever, it's mid. But for me, it's my favorite fucking Red Rider song, hands down. And I love Red Rider.
You haven't really stirred me.
Mutiny.
Huh? I put it in the private chat here in Restream. Let me go give it to you on Discord because you're an old fucking boomer. I just love calling you a boomer.
What's this shit?
Here, I put it on Discord, Shadow. There you go. Now you got it.
That was another
Thanks.
road trip.
I was trying to do that myself, and it just didn't want to do that.
No, we can't post in his chat. Only he can, unless he makes us admins.
No. I was just trying to. I mean, save it for myself later. And it just the pause button just refused to work.
You want to know another crazy thing about Australia, Shadow?
Huh.
In Tasmania, they have crawfish that get like a foot long. They're rare though.
Well, yeah, but everything in Australia is trying to kill humanity, so that's really not that surprising.
But there's been scientists who've been looking into like not domestication, but farming, because they're basically gigantic freshwater lobsters.
Gross.
But they need kind of cold water. They can't
Gross.
live in like, Florida that just die.
Gross.
What, you don't like lobsters?
I don't eat bottom feeders. Thank you.
Yeah, or insects.
Yeah, well, I used to didn't either,
I still don't.
but now I do.
I don't eat seafood because I grew up in a fishing town. I ate enough of it as a child. I'm an adult. I get to make my own decisions. And unless I'm having a really good cod, fish, and chips, I want nothing to fucking do with seafood.
Makes sense.
Right?
One of my uncles,
Adult.
when he got old enough and moved out and away from Kentucky, he never ate another bean again. Refused. Just would not eat any kind of soup beans, nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I'm the opposite. Even though I was raised on it like every day,
Oh.
I still sometimes crave it. And I'll be
Buddy,
like,
I gotta go. It's been a few hours, and I really do need to wrap up and get ready for my game tonight. It's a shame Coco's here. Otherwise, I would let you guys see the surprise I have for them. But since Coco's here, we'll have to wait.
well, I mean,
You'll have to watch the show tonight. Is what you'll have to do.
Yeah, I actually got
and
to
it's
go.
good that you're pulling the trigger on this because it has been a while.
Yeah, I got to hit the road too. I just looked. I'm
right.
actually 20 minutes late.
Everyone, go to Google, YouTube, whatever. Look up Tom Cochran and Red Rider, Boy Inside the Man. And if you don't love that song, then you're a fucking Bryan Adams fan.
You can be both.
Two things can be false.
Two things can be true.
No, false, lies.
All
All right, gentlemen.
Okay.
Always fun to see you both. Take care. Be well.
You too.
Yeah,
Take care, guys.
Cool.